Hello, welcome to the Fanfic Majesty. Chapter 76. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. In the Dragon Palace City, King Neptune sat on the throne, giving precise orders to appease the hearts of the people. And under the king's methodical plan, no one was injured or killed, only some things in the house were broken. The panic of the subjects calmed down under Neptune's explanation. As the king gave a speech under the eyes of the public, Shinluo and Taodu wore black cloud robes and entered the Dragon Palace City. No pirate saw the two of them, and even if they saw it, no one could really see their faces, because their faces were covered with mysterious energy and no one could see them. Dragon Palace is crowded with people, everyone gathered in the city, and because Shinluo slapped the spider pirate group heaven-defying deeds with a slap, he directly stunned the other pirate groups who were excited about the Fishmen Island. They were afraid that this man would avenge the Fishmen Island, so they fled in a hurry and left the Fishmen Island secretly. In the entire the Fishmen Island, apart from the civilians and people on the Fishmen Island, there is no outsider. At this moment, Shinluo and Taodu appeared above King Neptune's head, and they immediately attracted a large number of exclamations. That. Who was that? Huh, how could he have the logo of the Floating Cloud Pirates group? And that red cloud and black clothes, didn't our patron saint draw 10 a few days ago? What's the matter? Why is this dress worn on both of them? They are our patron saints. Whispering around, heated discussions began, and after realizing that all around were people on the island, Shinluo safely removed the mysterious energy from his face, revealing his face. The stalwart figure is very sturdy, and the cold, arrogant and lonely temperament is fully displayed. My God, our patron saint. Advertisement. Shin, the patron saint. Billions of great pirates. Our God, so handsome. Our patron saint is so handsome. Girls are so beautiful too. I have a low self-esteem. The beauties next to the patron saint. They are really beautiful. With the mysterious energy removed, the faces of Shinluo and Taodu are shown in front of all the people of the Fishmen Island. The Fishmen Island directly stirred up a sound like an explosion. That is cheers. Excitement. Everyone is excited. Although they cheered fiercely, Shinluo could still distinguish what they said. When someone said that he was a billionaire pirate, Shinluo couldn't help being taken aback. 1 billion, it is underestimated. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. 1 billion is 1 billion. If someone knows that he blasted the world government, it would be more than 1 billion. There is an earthquake now, but the fluctuation is very small, you don't have to panic, there will be no accident. Shinluo said from the top. Oh, patron saint. God will still care about us. I will follow the patron saint to death. My lord, let me join Luyun. I want to be a big pirate like you. I want to follow your lord. Overthrow the government. Advertisement. All the people of the Fishmen Island are excited to the peak, with enthusiasm and passion. However, Shinluo smiled indifferently and said, living a good life first, then talk about other things. Now you don't even care about eating. How can you follow me against the world government? Shinluo didn't tell the story of his overthrow of the world government. To tell it, I'm afraid the entire the Fishmen Island is about to riot. When King Neptune saw Shinluo coming, he hurriedly got up, stood up, and said, my guardian god, thank you for your awe. Now, except for the adults, the pirates of the Fishmen Island have almost disappeared. You really are. It is God. I swear my allegiance to death. King Neptune looked excited, he hadn't been so happy for a long time. To be able to live in the Fishmen Island where there is no war and no oppression, this is the dreamland they all chase after. Unexpectedly, it has been realized in a few days. All the credits are from the very noble patron saint in front of him. If anyone dares to insult the patron saint, the Fishmen Island is the first to stand up and resist. Okay, you all go busy, don't worry about the earthquake. Shinluo just comforted him by the way. After all this, he entered the 2 bedrooms with Taodu. After Taodu lay down, she was exhausted, not physically exhausted, but exhausted in her heart. The justice of Marine, the arrogance of the dragon people, and the thundering methods of Shinluo. It was repeated in her mind. What happened on this day is vivid. As long as Taodu closes her eyes, the vast power and picture will clearly appear in her mind. She was very lost and disappointed. She felt that she had lived in vain all these years. The justice of the world government and naval headquarters completely destroyed everything about her. However, it can be reborn after being destroyed. Taodu closed his eyes and fell asleep. At the same time, Shinluo lay on the chuang in a daze. It doesn't matter whether 5 elders is dead or not. It doesn't matter if 5 elders die, or if he is dead and resurrected with devil fruit, his top priority now is to get devil fruit. Only devil fruit can be exchanged for points and can be upgraded to the full level. Advertisement. Without points, it's hard to move. Except for devil fruit, all that is left is sun tree sap. But Shinluo has already taken half of it, does it have to be exchanged with Bailey? Qin Luo doesn't want this for the time being. He wants to take Bailey to buy more devil fruit. At the same time, he wants to get Sun Tree Sap 663 for the remaining half a year. The only problem that bothers Qin Luo is the livelihood of the Fishmen Island. The Fishmen Island must be able to operate safely while at the same time getting the Sun Tree Sap. The problem is Bailey and money. The Fishmen Island is under 10,000 meters in the deep sea. How can it obtain financial resources? There is no other way but to go to the outside world. The time consuming to go to the outside world is exaggerated, and only the Fishmen Island can go up. The pirates think about it, but it is extremely difficult. The transportation is not convenient, and the trade will be much slower. With slow trade, Bailey is far from enough. There is only one thing that perplexes Qin Luo, and that is the traffic problem. In the real world, the prosperity of the two places requires at least well-developed transportation. This is an eternal truth. Yes, after thinking for a while, Qin Luo suddenly thought of a way. He directly took out the blueprints and started to design. This is not a simple project. Although he is the overlord of the sea, it still takes some time. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. For 4 days, Qin Luo was in the room. At the same time, in order to avoid disaster, a pirate group entered the deep sea and headed towards the Fishmen Island. When they saw the eye-catching red cloud logo of the Fishmen Island, they were all dumbfounded. Shocked. Report. 10%. Chapter 77. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Captain, look what sign that is. Sign. Hearing the words, the captain of the Luobo pirate group looked at his fingers. I saw the sky above the Fishmen Island. There was a striking and huge and amazing sign. This sign was a red cloud, which was exactly the same shape as the red cloud on the clothes of the man who destroyed the world government. It looks exactly the same as the meteorite that obscures the sky and the sun. Isn't this the symbol of the clothes worn by the god Luyun? How could it appear here in the Fishmen Island? The captain was stunned and surprised. Captain, this sign is hung over the Fishmen Island. It must be the god of flowing cloud who is blessing this island. This is the place blessed by god of flowing cloud. The pirate said with fear. What? Luyun? How could he protect the Fishmen Island? FK. What's the situation? The mysterious god of flowing clouds is actually on the Fishmen Island. This is big news. Absolutely explode. The Fishmen Island has a big thick leg. I am afraid no one will dare to provoke the Fishmen Island in the future. The entire pirate group was in heated discussions, and they all looked at the dazzling sign above the Fishmen Island in shock. Seeing Hong Yun, everyone couldn't help but think of the man's invincible posture a few days ago. Which pirate group's flag is hung on the island as the pirate group's blessing? Whoever dares to invade, indirectly declare war on the pirate group that protects the island behind. Therefore, this sign is a warning. A threat. This is the territory of the god, Luyun. Luyun bombarded the world government, killed 5 elders, and suppressed the 4 with his overbearing power. People all over the world have seen it with their own eyes. Who dares to provoke such an enmilous thing? Advertisement. Even if they give them hundreds of courage to the Luobo pirates, they dare not touch the Fishmen Island at all. Because there are flowing clouds to protect this place. Captain, what to do? A pirate was trembling, a little frightened. What can I do if I can't do it with him? Is it impossible to let Laozi go to die? The captain cursed and shouted. All members, let me go back the same way. The Fishmen Island is definitely not allowed to enter. In a few days, the news of the Fishmen Island being blessed by the god of Luyun is like a storm, sweeping the whole world in an instant, and many pirates want to witness the truth of the matter with their own eyes, and even worship Theluyun. Pirates are not afraid of death from the Chambord underground sea, heading towards the Fishmen Island. In just a few days, no less than a few hundred pirate boats entered a place close to the Fishmen Island. But all of their pirates did not dare to rush in, they just watched from afar outside of the Fishmen Island. Captain, it's really a red cloud sign. Could it be? This is true. Luyun is really here. Since there is a red cloud sign, then God of Flowing Cloud must have been here. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Can't you get in? I really want to see Luyun God with my own eyes. Countless pirates screamed, wishing to break in immediately. Even if they die, they just want to see Luyun side. Dragon Palace. King. The Fishmen Island is surrounded by pirate ships. There are no fewer than a few hundred ships. Appeared around the Fishmen Island at the same time, and now the entire Fishmen Island has been surrounded. A soldier hurriedly swam into the palace and reported. What? Surrounded the entire the Fishmen Island? How many ships? King Neptune was taken aback, his pupils staring. Above 300. The soldier just said a rough figure. Advertisement. When King Neptune heard this, he took a breath of air conditioning, and he was extremely panicked. 300 warships, this must be able to blast the entire the Fishmen Island to pieces. Go. Report this to God. King Neptune gave an order, but he felt a little presumptuous. He immediately stopped the soldiers and said, "You don't need to go, I will go by myself. This is a serious matter. Gather all the soldiers of the Fishman Island. This may be a battle. A desperate battle." King Neptune looked solemn. Although their god of blessing has a bounty of 1 billion Baileys, no matter how powerful a person is, he will be afraid of the pirates on 300 ships, right? King Neptune hurriedly came to the place where Qin Luo lived. He wanted to knock on the door, but before he did it, the door opened automatically. God. After King Neptune came in, the first thing was to shout. At this moment, Qin Luo raised his hand and motioned to the king not to speak, while Qin Luo was seriously meditating, looking at the drawing. After a few seconds, he made the last stroke, nodded with satisfaction, and finally glanced at Neptune. "I know what you are here for. Don't worry, 300 pirate ships, no one dare to touch you. If there is one, I will destroy it." Qin Luo spoke indifferently, and then went out of the Dragon Palace city together. Qin Luo avoided seeing his face, so he exchanged 1,000 points again, covering his face. Hong Yun was clothed in black, his style changed, and an air of indifference and killing erupted from Qin Luo. That temperament, like an aloof king, overlooking everything. In an instant, Qin Luo stood above the Fishman Island, dazzlingly eye-catching. At this moment, all the people on the pirate ship were attracted by the familiar figure. God. Is this really a god? Lu Yun. Our god. Let us take refuge in you. Let me join your pirate group. God. Advertisement. Suddenly, fierce roars erupted all around, and the pirates were blood-boiled as if they had been beaten in blood. Seeing the god in their hearts, they are worth it in their entire lives. With the help of one person, the world government was overthrown, the meteorite bombarded the Holy Land Mary Geois, and the world government was smashed into pieces in an instant. This invincible posture made countless pirates feel excited. Faced with such a fierce cry, Qin Luo stood in the void with an indifferent expression, and said, "You can enter the Fishman Island, but I will not let you join the Flowing Cloud. After entering the Fishman Island, you can go visit, spend. If you dare to kill one person in the Fishman Island, I will destroy your entire pirate group." Qin Luo's voice was cold, high above, with an aura of no anger and prestige, and immediately suppressed everyone. God, let us in. As this agree, even if you can't enter Lu Yun. It's worth being able to get in touch with the gods at close range. God, I want to live on an island with God. Let my old lady go ahead. Get out of my way. When the 300 ships were arguing fiercely, Qin Luo directly ignored them, instead looking at the top of the Fishman Island. With a flicker, Qin Luo appeared at a distance of several hundred meters from the Fishman Island. Suddenly, his whole body was shaken, and an extremely surging energy wave erupted from his right hand. The Overlord of the Sea. The Barrier of the Gods. Qin Luo roared and directly squeezed all the members of the pirate ship. On the 300 pirate ships, everyone turned their eyes to the figure of the red cloud and black robe. Unknown So. Chapter 78. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Qin Luo has the Overlord of the Sea at full level and can manipulate the sea at will, so at the position of 10,000 meters deep in the sea, he began to make bold conjectures in his mind. Boom. Suddenly, as Qin Luo screamed, a violent energy fluctuated rapidly in the originally quiet deep sea. Qin Luo's eyes were hot, and the repulsive force in his hands continued to burst out, roaring and shaking. In the silent deep sea, all the pirate groups stared at the Lu Yun god in amazement, as if they were about to lift the entire Fishman Island off. The monstrous force rushed out of Qin Luo's body, and the surrounding ocean currents suddenly collided fiercely. An invisible wave swept out from the deep sea to the surroundings. Boom. The power is comparable to the huge impact of a tsunami of hundreds of meters, and the pirate boats standing on the periphery were all washed out. At the same time, on the sea level with the Fishman Island, where Qin Luo stood, an open space appeared strangely. As Qin Luo's repulsive force increased, Qin Luo squeezed out all the seawater in all directions, causing deep sea drainage, and the open space, under Qin Luo's control, became bigger and bigger. A big gap with a diameter of 400 to 500 meters appeared. Qin Luo nodded in satisfaction, and immediately raised his hands, and the repulsive force surged 1,000 times. Buzzing. The Fishman Island trembled crazily, and the pirate ship was torn apart by this huge wave, and the opportunity was about to burst. Damn it. What the hell does he want to do? Captain. The membrane is about to fail. It will burst soon. Are we going to die here? I'm not reconciled. Boom. Advertisement. The Fishman Island trembled violently, all fish and murlocs rushed out to take refuge, and the pirate boats were forced to rush out. Everyone witnessed the man in the red cloud and black robe with trepidation. His power to destroy the world is terrifying. A wave of despair and anxiety rose in everyone's hearts. What's going on? What the hell is God doing? Didn't he say he wouldn't kill us? Is he going back? He wants to kill us all. It's over. This time we are dead. The pirate said in horror. Escape. Hurry up and turn around. Get out. It's late, Captain. The air in the membrane is no longer enough for us to return smoothly. Ah, I don't want to die yet. Everyone on the 300 pirate ships panicked and looked terrified. They are like ants on a hot pot, frantically thinking of a way. Boom. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. A powerful and invincible shock swept away from Shin Luo, and for a while, the coating on the pirate ship was directly shattered, a large amount of seawater was poured in, and it hit the deck fiercely. What? God, save us. I don't want to die yet. The miserable howling is endless. 300 ships, all the membranes are broken. Shin Luo raised his eyelids and asked the system. The system will protect all their ships. Didi, host can buy coatings, 1 layer is sold for 5 points. Advertisement. 5 points. Shin Luo meditated. 5 points for a boat, and 300 ships need 1,500 points, but to protect them, it seems to be a loss, but it is actually a profit. If you let these 300 ships go on board, this will be a free publicity. I am afraid that more pirate boats will come here. As long as they are willing to come to the Fishmen Island, Bailey will need as much as possible, and Shin Luo can collect all the sun tree sap for the remaining half a year. In exchange. Without hesitation, Shin Luo spoke directly. Ding, the exchange is successful, exchange for 300 layers of coating. The 300 layer coating was in the bag. Shin Luo just waved his hand at the 300 pirate ship, and the 300 layer coating flew out. The system exchanged something very spiritual. In the blink of an eye, he was struggling in despair. The ships washed by the sea are all covered with a coating, and the coating is bright and clean and indestructible. Cough, cough, cough. Cough, cough, cough. Huh. Countless pirates, shining all over their bodies and uttering their mouths, in the sea, the capable have become land ducks. If no one saves them, they will all be buried here, and the corpses will become food for fish. Fortunately, Shin Luo is not a ruthless person. The pirates have red faces and red eyes. Holding their breath in the water makes them miserable and unbearable. If they are a few minutes late, they will definitely die. When they regained their sanity, they looked around in horror, and suddenly found that the original broken coating was strangely wrapped around the pirate ship, which saved their lives. How is it possible? The membrane was clearly broken just now. Who got the membrane? Who has this method? Except for the coders on the Chambord Islands, who can? There is no coder here. Who is that? Could it be God? Suddenly, an unsure voice came out. Advertisement. God, you say, flowing cloud. It must be so. It must be the god of flowing clouds. Only God. There is such a method. All the pirate ships looked up and saw Shin Luo staring at them. All the members immediately shouted in excitement. God. Thank you for saving us. God. Thank you. I'm so touched. God will save an incompetent person like us. This is justice. This is true justice. I want to follow God. I want to be a member of the Floating Cloud Pirates. You dream. Dreaming of being able to join the Floating Cloud Pirates group. Quiet. Shin Luo frowned slightly. These pirate groups are really a bit nonsense, making Shin Luo a little speechless. With a sigh, the surroundings fell completely silent. Some people in the pirates group half talked, and directly covered their mouths, obediently obedient. For a while, quietly all around, Shin Luo's repulsive force exploded with both hands, tens of thousands of times. Then, a white dragon roared out of his hands and swept upwards directly. The huge driving force made the Shenlong unmatched, and rushed up without any barriers. In the sky, a huge cylinder with a diameter of 400 to 500 meters was opened up directly by the body of the Shenlong. The system, exchange barriers, can block the surrounding sea water from rushing in. Ding, 100 meters, 10 points, now it is 10,000 meters deep in the sea, will the host exchange it? Exchange. Shin Luo gritted his teeth and made a big decision. Immediately, around the space of 400 to 500 meters in diameter opened by the dragon, a dense transparent barrier was immediately formed. This barrier was extremely hard. Even under the huge pressure of the ocean, it was still as strong as ever. Chapter 79. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The imposing dragon was undiminished, and Shin Luo's repulsion exploded to 10,000 times, and the surrounding sea was squeezed away by terrifying forces, and the Dragon King city trembled violently. A large amount of seawater was squeezed away, rushing to the upper side of the surrounding area. The sea roared and the earth shook. Sea kings, hundreds of meters long, were ruthlessly rushed away, and they were vulnerable to absolute power. The repulsion force is tens of thousands times, and it is continuous. 10,000 meters above Shin Luo, this is an island. Suddenly, the mountain collapses and the ground is cracked. The sun and the moon are dark, and the sea is instantly lifted up dozens of times. The island is like a bottle stopper, completely resist the sea water and repulsion below. The island is shaking, the earth is splitting, and the earthquake is getting stronger and crazier. At the end, with a bang, the entire island was directly washed up into the sky by the strong repulsive force and the earth-shaking sea, rushing to the sky several kilometers away. In the end, the entire island was shattered. In the original place of the island, a round pit with a diameter of 500 meters appeared at this moment. The round pit is bottomless, and the surrounding sea water is not filled in. Because around the round pit, there is a substantial protective cover. Under Qin Luo's repulsive force, all the seawater was squeezed out, and a huge tunnel with a width of 4 to 500 meters and a depth of 10,000 meters was created directly through the Chambordyan Islands and U-953 Island. Chambord Islands. The world government was destroyed overnight, which was tantamount to a fatal blow to them. According to Marshal Gangukong's instructions, all Marine branch soldiers gathered one after another. At the moment when Marine was gathering frantically, Chambord Islands was terrifying again. Shook up. Advertisement. What happened? Earthquake. What's the matter again? The pirate Marine was shocked and didn't understand what was going on. Look. Heaven. Look at what? Countless people looked up to the sky with hesitation, with no interest in their eyes. At this moment, above the sky, a huge 500-meter water column directly washed an island into the sky, breaking through the sky. It is rising rapidly. Massive. Shake the world. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Everyone was dumbfounded, and the originally boring pirate's eyes widened in horror, his eyes filled with disbelief. How is this possible? The island was washed up to the sky. Is there a volcano under the island? Are you stupid? Under the island is the sea. Where does the volcano come from? Mentally retarded, there will be lava from volcanic eruptions. Besides water, what else do you see? It's strange. What the hell is going on? Just when everyone was surprised, the earth shook again. With a bang, a huge sound throughout the Chambord Islands, and then another column of water rose into the sky. Advertisement. Overwhelming momentum, magnificent mountains and rivers. Just like 10,000 horses galloping, the whole sea is turned upside down. Everyone was amazed. 10 days ago, the scene of subverting the Holy Land Mary Geoise is still vivid, but now such a strange phenomenon has appeared again. Looking at the two 10,000-meter water columns in the sky, they shrank their necks in fear. Such a terrifying power can smash them into pieces. What's the matter? F.K. F*K. Fortunately, labor and management did not go to the sea. If they go to the sea, they will not be washed into a pool. That place, isn't that the only way to enter the Fishman Island? Damn it. Thanks to the wife of the coder who ran away with someone and didn't finish the coding, otherwise, I won't be able to escape today. Captain. The coding has been completed. Are you still going to the Fishman Island? Have you seen the god of flowing clouds yet? Hearing this, the captain slapped his backhand. Seeing you were paralyzed. Didn't you see two giant pillars appearing to the sky? You want labor and capital to be swallowed by the sea. Hey, look, there are two cracks in the sea. I don't know who came, and all of them raised their eyes and swept away. I saw two huge cylindrical openings with a diameter of 500 meters appear strangely on the endless sea. The openings are pitch black and seem to be bottomless, but the sea water, strangely, has not filled the past, just like something is blocking it. How is this going? Advertisement. Grass. There is this phenomenon, paralysis. I am an eye-opener. The Chambord Islands were discussed violently, while Qin Luo, who was deep in the ground, had deep eyes. Two passages are completely opened, one exit and one entrance, both straight up and down. You can directly enter the Fishman Island from the Chambord Islands without being swallowed by the sea, without fear of being crushed by the Sea Kings, and without worrying about the membrane breaking. This is definitely a safe passage. It would take about 10 days for the coated boat to reach the Fishman Island from the Chambord Islands, and entering from this entrance would greatly shorten the time. It will take about a day. Qin Luo used 1,000 points to exchange for two repulsion devices, installed on the bottom of two huge cylinders, and added a channel at the bottom of the cylinder to connect the two bottom ends. From a distance, it looks like the only difference between a U-shaped bottle is that the bottom of the two sections is straight up and down, not tortuous. Qin Luo placed the repulsion device at the bottom of two 10,000-meter high cylindrical channels, and the repulsion forces are completely different. The channel on the left is the channel from the Chambord Islands into the Fishman Island. It runs directly along the sea to the channel, and both sides of the channel are repulsive, so the ship will not collide with the cylindrical wall at all, and it can be on the ground. Under the attraction of gravitational force, they fall down quickly and do a free fall motion. When they reach the Fishman Island, the repulsion device installed by Qin Luo will completely offset the gravitational force of the Earth on the ship, and then make the ship move slowly, and finally let the ship stop. This time, it happened to enter the bottom, and then the propelling force on both sides of the bottom of the column can push the boat to a safe area, and then enter the Fishman Island. If you leave the Fishman Island and enter the Chambordyan Islands, you will choose another channel. Of course, a series of operations need to be calculated by Qin Luo himself, and there can be no errors. Seeing two huge passages running through the world and the Fishman Island, Qin Luo nodded in satisfaction. The last few days have not been in vain. The transportation is developed, and the Fishman Island can have an absolute advantage to start trade exchanges in the future. With money, the people of the Fishman Island can survive. Therefore, those Sun Tree sap will be exclusively enjoyed by Qin Luo alone. Chapter 80. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. After doing all this, Qin Luo slowly finished his work and was very satisfied with his work. After planning for a few days, it finally took shape. It depends on how to manage it in the future. At this moment Qin Luo stood in the void, controlling the sea water to spread the sound, and said to all the people of the Fishman Island, "From now on, all of you can only call me Luyun, forget the previous name, and no one is allowed to mention it in front of the Fishman Island citizens. If anyone says, I will kill him." The sound was transmitted by the sea into the ears of the people of the Fishman Island, but none of the people on the 300 pirate boats heard it. In this way, it is also to avoid trouble, as long as there is a flowing cloud. As for the name Qin Luo, he does not intend to make it public. It is better to conceal this identity temporarily. All the people of the Fishman Island heard this. You look at me, I look at you, looking at each other, and finally nodded and agreed. Seeing that the people of the Fishman Island agreed, Qin Luo turned his eyes to the pirates on the 300 pirate boats. You can come in, but you are not allowed to make trouble in the Fishman Island, otherwise, I will take all of you. Obliterate. Qin Luo's tone was indifferent and majestic. After hearing the words, the pirates nodded obediently, and agreed, and then Qin Luo waved his hand. An unspeakable horrible energy attached to the 300 pirate ships, and the captains and crew stared at the stream in amazement. Clouds God, this heaven-defying operation. Taking 300 pirate ships with bare hands. FK, Luyun is so terrible. The strength must be higher than the marshal. Marshal is a fart. Even 5 elders has been FK'd. The strength of the god of flowing cloud is definitely heaven-defying. Everyone knows a fart. What is 5 elders? 5 elders is terrifying, at most a person. And Luyun is a god. The terrifying god of flowing clouds, worship. 300 pirate boats, right under the noses of the residents of the Fishman Island, quickly entered the area of the Fishman Island. Advertisement. The hull stopped on the periphery, and the pirate above yelled and roared excitedly. After seeing the people of the Fishman Island, some children shrank their heads in fear. They have seen too many fierce pirate groups. The strength is simply terrifying, and the fear from the soul cannot be achieved overnight. A race, but Qin Luo is not afraid. Since he used the identity of Luyun to warn the pirates, unless they wanted to make trouble on the Fishman Island, who would dare to be presumptuous? Qin Luo believes no. After arriving on the island, everyone stood on the periphery of the Fishman Island, and the boats were already docked, densely packed, and looking at it, it was like a wharf in the sea. Stop. Qin Luo stood above the Fishman Island. He wanted to give all the pirates a warning. God. Some pirates were howling in excitement, and suddenly stopped. Their complexion changed a little. God. What's wrong? Isn't it repentant? Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Luyun God. What are you doing? Do you want me to join the Luyun Pirates group? I can tell you now, I agree with both hands. Let me massage your back in the Luyun Pirates group. Some pirates looked solemn, while others were heartless. They are all guessing what Luyun wants to say. When you enter the Fishman Island today, you must set rules. This is not a vegetable market. If you want to destroy this place, I will punish you. You can take what I say to your ears, but you will also pay for it. Serious price. Qin Luo spoke calmly, and then lightly raised his right hand, as golden glows condensed in the air. The golden light flickered, and Qin Luo took another huge boulder in the void, and set 3 rules on the boulder. First, as long as you are in the Fishman Island, don't make trouble. If you find it, you will be punished severely. Advertisement. Second, outsiders must not discriminate against the residents of the Fishman Island, and those who are found will be severely punished. Third, if you dare to kidnap the people of the Fishman Island, you will be brutally killed by Luyun. The golden light flickered, and the 3 rules clearly appeared on the boulder. Then Qin Luo raised his hand, raised the boulder and placed it in the most conspicuous place of the Fishman Island. As long as you come to the Fishman Island, you are bound to see these 3 iron laws. In this way, Qin Luo wants to protect the safety of the people of the Fishman Island, so that outsiders can only play and consume on the island to provide a livelihood for the Fishman Island, while Qin Luo removes all the trees. Juice. Finish it all. Qin Luo released 10 celestial dragons from the 20 celestial dragons originally caught in the Holy Land in full view. In an instant, 10 celestial dragons appeared in an awkward manner before everyone's eyes. Nipton. Tie these 10 celestial dragons to the Fishman Island and let the world spurn them. Remember, don't kill them, let them suffer that kind of humiliation all day long. Qin Luo hates celestial dragons. And killing them is simply too cheap for them. 0 seeking flowers. They are as bad as they are. The pain they cause to the world must be paid back even with the benefits. As soon as 10 celestial dragons appeared, all the pirates were alarmed. FK. What did I see? God. Celestial dragons. How come I was caught by the god of flowing clouds? And it seems to have suffered miserable abuse. Great. Ryayun god dared to catch celestial dragons, it was too presumptuous. Don't be afraid of being 5 elders. Bah. Where is 5 elders? Mada. My brain is short-circuited. Ha ha ha. I didn't expect that the extremely evil and arrogant celestial dragons would have such encounters. Advertisement. 0. Aren't you always great? How come you have fallen into the field where you are today? Floating cloud god. We can't make trouble in the Fishmen Island, then can we fight celestial dragons? Of course, we don't play dead hands, we just move our muscles and bones. Just when the pirates saw golden light, the 10 celestial dragons immediately recovered, and when they saw their bodies tied up, they were furious. Mada. Dog minion. Who gave you the courage? Dare to kidnap master celestial dragons? Are you not afraid of being annihilated? Asshole. How dare you kidnap me? Let go of me. I will kill you with one shot. Damn thing. Who beat me? I want you to pay for your life. All celestial dragons wake up from a coma, and the first thing they do when they wake up is to bite people everywhere like a mad dog, threatening everyone. This is the arrogance in celestial dragons' bones, even in the case of being kidnapped, it is also an arrogant attitude. Behind them is world government. All have strong capital, but now. Ha ha ha. What did I hear? He actually wanted to destroy our entire clan. He even said he was going to kill me, he really laughed at me. Let us pay for our lives, are you worthy? The world government has been destroyed, and the backing behind celestial dragons collapsed, so the pirates would be so unscrupulous, but these celestial dragons do not know that the world government has been destroyed. Chapter 81. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Because of their ignorance, they dare to be arrogant in front of so many pirates. Because the world government protects them. Who dares to provoke? Who dares to die? One of the pirates has long hated celestial dragons, because one of his wife was captured by celestial dragons and worked as a slave, so when he saw the arrogant celestial dragons running wild in front of him, he was really violent. If you put it in the past, he might choose to forbearance, but now the world government of FCK has been destroyed by Luyun God. Their backers are gone. Who cares so much? Just as the 10 celestial dragons were full of arrogance and arrogant posture, the pirate directly clenched his iron fist and walked over. Presumptuous. Dare to stand in front of celestial dragons, do you want to die? Don't let Ben Sheng loose. Take a slow step. Ben Sheng will kill you alive. Celestial dragons is overbearing, extremely mad, with that face. It is extremely unpleasant. Dog slave. Kneel down. Who gives you the courage to stand in front of this saint? Celestial dragons has red lips and white teeth, arrogant. Kneel. I kneel and you are paralyzed. The pirate was so angry that he slapped his hand. With a crisp voice and huge palm strength, a celestial dragons directly lay on the ground, sprayed with blood. Seeing that is to hate celestial dragons to the extreme. Shattering. A celestial dragons was slapped by a pirate, and all the pirates looked at each other. Damn, when was it so easy to play celestial dragons? In the past, as long as it didn't go well with the meaning of celestial dragons, that was a big deal off your head. Advertisement. Celestial dragons lying on the ground were stunned at the same time. He grew up so big, except for being beaten up by a mysterious man, he has not been beaten at all. Today, he was insulted by a little pirate to such a degree. I'm FCK. This saint killed your dog. Celestial dragons, who was stunned, felt the fiery pain on his face, and suddenly became hot. Stand up quickly, and rushed towards the pirate. Dare to fight celestial dragons. After I go out, first must let Marine kill you. You will never escape the chase of the world government. Celestial dragons is extremely angry and arrogant. And Qin Luo glanced at celestial dragons with scorn. When celestial dragons was bouncing, he appeared directly in front of celestial dragons, slapped away, and finally celestial dragons underwent huge strength and hit hard. On the ground. No matter how presumptuous it is, it will kill you. Qin Luo looked indifferently, threatening all celestial dragons. What are you? Dare to kidnap celestial dragons? Are you not afraid of being wanted by the world government? Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. The world government will definitely not sit back and watch. At that time, this saint will execute you. Damn it. Dare to fight this saint. This saint wants you to pay for your life. When the world government catches you, labor and management will cut you off. Chop it and feed the dog. Seeing all celestial dragons' stubborn and arrogant postures, Qin Luo sneered and said, your biggest support, the world government, has been destroyed by me, so let's give up and be abused here. Qin Luo said calmly. Immediately they exchanged 100 points for 10 dog chains. It was impossible for them to break free. Even if 5 elders came over and wanted to rot, it was impossible. Listen to Qin Luo's words. The 10 celestial dragons were all horrified, and one of them couldn't talk about it. You fart, 5 elders in the world government is the strongest existence. You can destroy the world government. Can I believe it? Advertisement. Boy, this sage is older than you. Dare to deceive this sage here. As long as this sage goes out, you are bound to be wanted by the government. Humph. As long as the government comes here, we will definitely be rescued. Wait for you to die. The 10 celestial dragons didn't believe Qin Luo's words at all, and each was still arrogant. Qin Luo also didn't bother to pay attention, and slapped them directly. They were all crushed on the ground and spurted with blood. Your fate is not worth mentioning before my eyes. Your threat is even more ridiculous. If you don't want to die, just shut up, I will kill you, and you will be wiped out in the blink of an eye. Qin Luo spoke proudly, and then ignored the 10 aspirational celestial dragons, but looked at the pirates who had just shot. Did you take the shot just now? Qin Luo said calmly with a restrained aura. Yes. The pirate stood on the spot, his hands trembling constantly. Although he couldn't see Qin Luo's face, the tangible and intangible temperament of Qin Luo made him tremble and uncontrollable. Well, very good, 100,000 Baileys. Qin Luo said, and immediately looked at all the pirates, and said, you can also take action and beat celestial dragons, but you must be measured, don't kill me, kill me. But it loses its value. What I want is countless years of abuse. The abusers do not want to live, and the abusers live better than death. Of course, a punch of 100,000 Baileys, a palm of 100,000 Baileys, and a kick of 200,000 Bailey, one zone devil fruit, exchange for 50 punches, one Paramesha devil fruit, exchange for 70 punches, one Logia devil fruit, exchange for 100 punches. If conditions are good, I will take them placed in a prominent position on the Fishman Island. As long as you have Pele and devil fruit, beat them freely. Qin Luo seems to be an unscrupulous merchant at this moment, evilly promoting this kind of activity. Sometimes, Qin Luo feels that he is a genius. His damn, not doing business is really a shameless talent. Can the system guarantee that celestial dragons will not die? Qin Luo wants celestial dragons to make him rich. It is a pleasure to kill, but it is only a momentary pleasure, and the most tormenting thing is to slowly kill their arrogance. Arrogant, let the world trample on their dignity, trample on their so-called nobility. Let them not want to live, let them not be able to survive, and not be able to die. Advertisement. This is the most incisive torture, which is enough to make those who hate celestial dragons feel refreshed. Similarly, this is also the most profitable means of making money. Think about how many people in this world hate celestial dragons. 0.1. And how many people want to play celestial dragons. Thinking about the popularity of this kind of business in the future, Qin Luo couldn't help laughing. Ding, yes, 10 points per person can save celestial dragon's last bite and make him immortal. No matter how badly he is injured, he can survive in one breath, but it is no different from death. The only difference is that they have clear consciousness. Ability to perceive pain. Holy crap. This is exactly what Qin Luo needs. Exchange. Ding. Successful redemption. 100 points consumed. As the system finished, 10 rays of light rushed from Qin Luo into 10 celestial dragons. Of course, this was only visible to Qin Luo, and no one else was aware of it. God. I want to ask, can I beat them? Chapter 82. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Qin Luo was immersed in the fantasy of making a fortune, and was directly interrupted by the pirate who had just acted on the Tianlongren beside him. God, can I still beat them? The pirate looked nervous, with a slightly disturbed expression. Yes. 100,000 Baileys in a slap. Or you can give me a devil fruit, you can beat it as you like. Qin Luo stood there, unpredictable. Okay. God. This is 1 million Baileys. All to you, I don't even know who I want to fight. The pirate was relieved when he heard the words, and pulled out a cloth bag as soon as he reached out. The shining gold inside is all treasures. 1 million Baileys. Pretty. Qin Luo praised in his heart, and immediately said with a calm gesture, you go and punch him. Just now, I gave you the punch for free. Remember, you can do whatever you want, they can't die. Oh. The pirate heard the words and nodded to Qin Luo, and then geared up to walk to one of the dragons. Dog stuff. This kick was for my wife. Guns. This kick was kicked for my son. Draft it. This punch is for the torment I have suffered for so many years. The pirate's face was flushed, and he was shocked at the Tianlongren, and the place where he was shocked turned out to be the crotch of the Tianlongren. What? Wow. The Tianlongren howled miserably, his entire face was twisted into a ball, curled up, shaking and shaking constantly. The last few feet, the Tianlongren should have passed out in a coma, but just when he was about to fall into a coma, the mysterious energy instantly awakened his consciousness, and then felt the fear of the world. Advertisement. Shin Luo watched the pirate beating the Tianlongren so fiercely, even Shin Luo couldn't help being frightened. Damn it, so cruel. Kick the crotch directly and cut off your grandchildren. Deserve it. The pirates who surrounded themselves saw their brother beating the Tianlongren so happily, and suddenly felt very happy in their hearts. They used to be in the Chambord Islands, they were humiliated. Every time you encounter a Tianlongren, you have to bend your knees. What a vicious insult to an adventurous and fearless pirate. 300 pirate ships, thousands of pirates, and dozens of them hate the Tianlong people. Seeing that kid beat up the Tianlongren violently, they made their blood boil. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Damn, I want to come too. God, this is 10 million Bailey. I will punch him 100 punches. God, this is 20 million Baileys. I want to kill him directly. It's so relieved. I also want to beat the dragon people. God, this is a zone devil fruit. Countless pirates rushed up and placed Pele and devil fruit in front of Shin Luo respectfully. Let Shin Luo have an illusion. Mada, is it too cheap to slap 100,000 Bailey? Shin Luo murmured to himself, seeing those pirates who were like the rich man, looking at money like dirt. Shin Luo felt that his business had lost. Advertisement. And the loss is ridiculous. No, I will raise the price in the future, 200,000 one slap. No, 500,000 one slap. Yes, it's 500,000 one slap. Shin Luo made up his mind that this is called hunger marketing. Nowhere else, only Shin Luo dared to kidnap the Tianlong people and let people from all over the world abuse them. This is simply lawless. Except for Shin Luo, I believe no one would dare to do this. It's done. But offending the Tianlongren would be extremely troublesome, let alone beating the Tianlongren. In the past, this was something they dared not even think of. Everyone says that Tianlong people are fat pigs raised in the Holy Land Mary Geois. If anyone says that, Shin Luo will definitely slap his hands. Mada, can your pigs make money like this? Nipton. Shin Luo took all the treasures into his bag, and then shouted to the king. When King Neptune heard the words, he hurriedly got out and stood trembling in front of Shin Luo. At this moment, King Neptune's heart was shocked to the pinnacle. This is Sir Tianlongren, who actually arrested Sir Tianlongren. This is extremely dangerous. King Neptune had just spoken, and he suddenly thought of Shin Luo's warning about the Fishman Island at the time, and hurriedly changed his words. God, arresting 10 dragon people will attract the world government and naval headquarters. The chase. King Neptune hasn't received the news that the flowing cloud god destroyed the Holy Land in the world, so he still has the fear of world government and marine in his mind. Advertisement. It's okay. Shin Luo faintly waved his hand and said, the world government has been destroyed by me, and marine still can't take care of me. Even if it takes care of me, do they dare to come down? If you dare to come down, I will let them die without being buried. Place. Neptune was puzzled and was about to ask. Shin Luo Hockey interrupted. From now on, the Fishman Island is open to pirates. I have warned them that they will not cause trouble in the Fishman Island. If a citizen dies, I will compensate you with 1 billion Baileys. And destroy the pirates. Such Hockey's words immediately stunned King Neptune. He didn't know why Shin Luo dared to make such a rhetoric, so he was not afraid of something that was not eye-catching. Is this kind of thing really so evil? No one dares to make trouble. There was deep concern in the king's heart. But since Shin Luo didn't speak, King Neptune didn't dare to ask. He suppressed the worry in his heart and nodded. Yes, my lord. Well, also, you sent someone to collect Bailey and devil fruit for me. As Shin Luo said, he suddenly thought of the most important thing. Nipton, I have connected the Fishman Island with the world. I believe that there will be a large number of pirates entering the Fishman Island soon, so be prepared. This is a good opportunity for the income of the Fishman Island to increase sharply. Moreover, I don't take the income, which is enough to keep the Fishman Island for a long time. Now that the problem of livelihood is solved, can you give the remaining half a year of sun tree sap? This is the purpose of Shin Luo. He spent thousands of points to build this tunnel, just to make the traffic smooth and earn Baileys, and all those Baileys are handed over to the king, so that he can maintain the lives of the people of the Fishman Island. However, Shin Luo only takes the sap of the sun tree. God, can you earn Bailey? King Neptune hesitated. If you can't earn Bailey, I will do it for you. Shin Luo didn't want to talk nonsense, and answered directly. Okay, I will order people to fetch the remaining sun tree sap now. Yes. Shin Luo nodded, thinking about which thing to upgrade to full level. Chapter 83. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. God, there are many people here, so let's go to the Dragon Palace. King Neptune couldn't believe the pirates, and he thought for a moment before he said. Yeah, considering that Taotu hadn't come out yet, Shin Luo couldn't help being a little worried, and turned to the Fishman Island. At this moment, all the people of the Fishman Island stayed in place, their expressions flustered and fearful. What's the matter? Qin Luo frowned and asked at the people. God, this is the Fishman Island. Are these pirates really afraid to run wild here? What if they hurt us? Yeah, God, before you came, they were so vicious, they were just robbers. God, I'm scared. Whether it is women, children, old or weak, they are all worried. It's not to blame them, but those vicious pirates who left them with deep harm, unable to get out of the chaotic, evil, slave-like shadow. Don't be afraid, I am here, no one dares to touch you, if you lose a hair, I will let that person be buried with you. Qin Luo answered earnestly, with an extremely majestic tone, like a promise. It seems to be a sentence, but this sentence falls on all the people of the Fishman Island, and it is extremely important. Because of God, will not deceive them. Will not murder them. They were saved by God. So directly choose to believe unconditionally. Seeing that the worries in everyone's hearts were partially resolved in 817, Qin Luo felt relieved. In the future, only those pirates will get along with the civilians of the Fishman Island. If they get along well, the people of the Fishman Island will soon forget the shadows of the past. Let's go. After solving the matter, Qin Luo didn't talk nonsense, and entered the Dragon Palace city directly with King Neptune. In the main hall, Qin Luo sat on a chair with anticipation in his eyes. God, did you really destroy the world government? Neptune asked in surprise. This is where he doubts, and it is also the most critical thing. Do I have to lie to you? Facing Neptune's question, Qin Luo raised his eyelids and spoke lightly. Perceiving a trace of anger in Qin Luo's words, Neptune hurriedly said, No. No. That's good. Where's the sun tree sap? Advertisement. Since Qin Luo didn't ask, Qin Luo didn't bother to say it. Sooner or later, I had to know. When the pirates sailed into the Fishman Island, news would come in. At that time, King Neptune saw the newspaper in person. Naturally, the doubts in the mind will be eliminated. All this is just a matter of time. Above the main hall, both of them quieted down strangely. At this moment, hundreds of soldiers, with all their strength, carried a barrel of wooden barrels up. There are more than 100 barrels. Seeing so many barrels of yang tree sap, Qin Luo's eyes are almost gloomy. Last time, I absorbed the sap of the sun tree and directly exchanged it for 13,000 points. When Qin Luo went to Mary Geoise to hide his breath, he spent 2,000 points for hiding his breath, and entered the Fishman Island to avoid being recognized by the pirates that Luyun is Qin Luo is Luyun, and then it was consumed again. With 1,000 points, he hides his face. Finally, the 10,000-meter tunnel that runs through the world and the Fishman Island was opened. During the period, 300 ships were protected, and 300 ships were coated. It consumed 1,500 points, exchanged for barriers, and exchanged 10 points for 100 meters. 10,000 meters is 1,000 points. Two 10,000-meter tunnels cost a total of 2,000 points. During this period, it cost 1,000 points to exchange for 2 repulsion devices to make those ships stop safely. In the end, Qin Luo consumed 100 points. I exchanged 10 dog chains and put them on those celestial dragons. In summary, it is the points that Qin Luo has expended in the past few days. I didn't expect so many points. Seeing that the score on the system panel is 5,400, he is heartbroken. Ma Dan, it's a terrible loss. Save some flowers in the future, otherwise the sun tree sap won't be enough for him to absorb. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Didi, if the mysterious energy is detected, do you charge it? The system starts to prompt again. This time Qin Luo understands how to do it, so he knows how to do it. Get it. Drip. The first bucket, receiving, successfully receiving, get points, 100 points. Dip. The second bucket, receiving it, the receiving is successful, earn points, 93 points. Drip. 103 buckets of drip. The collection is over. A total of 10,000 points redeemed. After the system prompts, Qin Luo immediately saw that the point amount has changed, from the original 5,400 points to 15,400 points. Advertisement. Improved a full 2/3. If Qin Luo saves some flowers, it will exceed the 20,000 points mark. Mada, what a prodigal. Qin Luo secretly gritted his teeth, wishing to slap himself. This is a point, this is all meat, mochi. Ding, if a non-element that can be upgraded to full level is detected, is it up to full level? Sure enough, after Qin Luo's system points were enough to upgrade, the system began to prompt again. What? Tell me, Qin Luo asked instead of talking nonsense. Ding, summon, is it up to the full level? Summon. What stuff? Join the summoning to increase the level, host can summon the characters or animals in the animation world you know to serve you. As that's so, Qin Luo looked thoughtful and began to think. Will the strong man who summoned the pirate world come to the pirate world? After hesitating for a while, Shin Luo finally expressed his thoughts. Of course, Shin Luo asked this only for fun. If two Whitebeards play against each other, one of them said, "If I punch you down, you may be shocked to death by me." And Led a Whitebeard also said, "If I punch you down, you may be shocked to death by me." Two invincible characters use the same moves against each other, and that would be so fun. Sorry, the characters and animals in Pirate World are not supported now, host can summon other worlds. Other worlds. Shin Luo thought for a while and said, "Can the characters and animals in the world of Naruto be summoned?" Can. Where is the fairy tale? Advertisement. Can. What about One Punch Man? Yes, yes. Perfect. Shin Luo praised in his heart. This summoning at full level is so perverted, it is invincible every minute. Ma Dan, you can summon the little brothers casually, so why not hang the world every minute? What Whitebeard, what Roger, what 5 elders? Not enough to see all of them. Boost. Shin Luo doesn't talk nonsense at all. With a big wave, he is extremely chic. Ding. Upgrading. Ding. Raise the full level. Summon the full level. You can summon strong men and animals in any world except Pirate World. Perfect. Shin Luo praised in his heart. This full level system is too damn powerful. Exchange Uchiha Madara. Shin Luo didn't hesitate, and wanted to summon Madara, directly slam everything. Sorry, the host points are not enough, so I can't summon it temporarily. Nani. Hearing that, Shin Luo's face was dark and suddenly felt cheated. Report. 1. 11%. Chapter 84. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Book Friends Group. Yesterday's chapter is missing a 6. Sorry, everyone, add it again. There are already a lot of people, it's very lively. Dash 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 dash. The boost of the system sounded, and Shin Luo felt a bad premonition. Why can't it be summoned? Shin Luo asked in surprise. Ding. Not enough points. Insufficient points. Is the summoning arbitrary and unlimited? Shin Luo's eyes widened, very puzzled. Could it be that this summoning full level is different from what he thought? If that's the case, it would be too bloody. I thought it would dominate the pirate world every minute. It seems that this task is still extremely difficult. Sorry, the summoning full level only provides you with the characters to be summoned, but you need to spend points to redeem the characters, which is like buying them. Puff. Hearing that, Shin Luo spurted out old blood. FCK. He still needs to spend points to buy characters. Shin Luo feels like the thief of the system no matter what he thinks. The shabby mentally retarded system actually gave him a sloppy look just now. This system only talks about the characters and animals that can summon other animation worlds, but your sister didn't tell him to summon these things at all, and he still needs points. This operation gives Shin Luo a sense of sight of RMB players. Let Shin Luo have the illusion of, no money to buy your numb skin, no money to play your numb game. Advertisement. The unscrupulous quality of this system is on par with Ma Wadong, and even worse. Shin Luo felt disappointed instantly. Paralysis. Sick pen system. Lousy. You bastard. I didn't even say that summoning a character requires points. I had known that labor and capital had been upgraded to the full level. You bastard. Lose my points. Quote. After cursing for a while, all the evil in his heart was emptied. After that, Shin Luo reluctantly looked at the system's integration panel. When he saw the dazzling number, Shin Luo's heart seemed to be shot by an invisible arrow. So distressed to the extreme. Is this summoning at full level so expensive? It costs me 14,500 points. Shin Luo was taken aback, which is too exaggerated. The system, you must be faulty, or you should go back to the factory to repair it first, and return the points to me. Shin Luo said bluntly. Quote. Sorry host, this system is operating normally and there is no malfunction. Sure enough, this system is not good. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Shin Luo saw that the system was not being fooled, so he dismissed the idea, and then raised his head to look at the points panel, which clearly showed that the point amount was 900 points. This FCK promotion to a full level cost more than 10,000 points. This is too terrible. Is a full level summoning so expensive? System, you have a problem, right? Go back to the factory and repair it. Where are my points? I just throw away points. Shin Luo muttered dissatisfied. No way. He spent so much effort to save money. It saved more than 10,000 points, and in a blink of an eye, it became 900. Even the personal belongings can't be exchanged. This summoning at full level is very useful. Ding. The system consumes points at full level. It is constructed based on the principle of doubling. Last time you upgraded your physical body to full level, it cost 7,200 points. This time it should be around 14,440. Advertisement. Go away. I don't want to talk to you. Xin Luo didn't wait for the system to finish, and cursed with her heart in her hands, in a posture of nothing to love. Quote. Host, don't be discouraged. This summoning at full level is still very powerful. Those who are summoned can be unrestricted. Moreover, the recovery ability is extremely strong. Unrestricted. Very strong recovery ability. What is it? Xin Luo was dumbfounded, staring suspiciously at the system. For example, the characters of the Naruto world summoned over because the pirate world does not have chakra, and they can only consume their own chakra. This will become a serious problem. After the system has been improved for you, this has been solved perfectly. The body's ability to recover is ridiculously strong, and it can completely consume one's own chakra. There is no need for external chakra. That is to say, the characters in the world of Naruto are invincible than in the world of Naruto. That's an egg, it's not that I am invincible. Xin Luo didn't have any interest in listening, it turned out that unlimited is such a thing. There is another advantage. What's the benefit? The strong who are summoned can be at the disposal of the host. They only listen to the host. You are the god and the supreme controller in their minds. As long as you give orders, they will obey them unconditionally. If you don't give orders and they will act freely. It turns out to dominate them and let them listen to me. Then I ask, which system of summoning characters, after summoning the characters, does it listen to the protagonist? Zero seeking flowers. Quote. Faced with Xin Luo's rebuttal, the system was speechless and directly pretended to be silent. Indeed, all characters are summoned by the system, and those characters will listen to the host after they are summoned. In Xin Luo's opinion, there is no difference at all at this point. What good is this? One more point. The system said again. Advertisement. Say. Xin Luo heard dull, and wanted to shut down the system forcibly. The characters you summoned have memories in the pirate world. When the host goes to the Naruto world, the characters in the original Naruto you summoned will disappear, and the people you summoned in the Naruto world are in the sea. The memory of the thief world will be erased, as if it didn't exist. 0. FKU. Uncle. What good is this? I originally had a little brother with hundreds of numbers, but suddenly, all of them are gone. Tell me, this is good. Xin Luo opened his eyes wide and cursed. This wave of summons at full level and directly loses out there. Faced with Xin Luo's refutation, the system was silent for a moment and said, if you make them remember that you are their host, it will affect your pretense. I pretend you are paralyzed. With a little brother, labor and capital are invincible. Do you still need to pretend to be forced? Quote. In this way, the system will give you a chance to summon for free. How about random characters? Finally, when Xin Luo was extremely dissatisfied, the system made concessions. Nani. Give me a chance to summon characters for free. Correct. Xin Luo is not a fool. When he hears that there is a bargain, he immediately changed his wilted look, and his mental outlook was instantly refreshed. Don't be too fast. You can summon without consuming points, so hesitate. Xin Luo won't. After that, Xin Luo looked at the characters and animals who had summoned the full level to open to Xin Luo, thinking about which one would be invincible immediately. There are Otsutsuki Kagaya, 6 Ways, Uchiha Madara, Senju Hashirama, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Uchiha Itachi, Nagato, Namikaze Minato, Deidara, Angle, Hidan, Absolute, Pen 6 Ways, Uchiha Obito, Uchiha Sasuke, and 10 Tails in Naruto. They are all in the sales ranks. This is simply putting all the Hokage characters and animals on the shelves for sale. Chapter 85. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. In addition, there are the characters in One Punch Man, the characters in The Monster Tale, and the characters in Shinigami. There are so many dazzling people. So horrible. Xin Luo raised his gaze slightly and looked at Lu Dao. If he summoned the Lu Dao immediately, wouldn't he dominate the world every minute? At this moment, the system prompts the sound. Ding, the higher the points, the lower the hit rate drawn right away, so don't hold up too much hope for host. I know. Xin Luo muttered dissatisfiedly, and then disdainfully said, the hit rate of the call is low, so I can't buy it in the future. When Xin Luo looked at the sales price hopefully, another pot of cold water poured down. Puff, 50,000 points. Are these 6 old men so exaggerated? Where's Otsutsuki Kagaya? Damn it, it's 80,000. Why the hell don't you grab it? Afterwards, Xin Luo went through the entire sales price list in a gloomy mood. Even Hyuga Hinata costs 1,000 points, which is simply scoring points. This instant summoning is free, but if you summon a great character, it will simply reach the sky. But if you summon a weak chicken, then the Blood Mother really loses. It's like buying a lottery ticket. The higher the character, the lower the summoning hit rate, and vice versa, the higher. But overall it depends on luck. Advertisement. I hope God will take care of me. Xin Luo closed his eyes and prayed for a moment. Ding, there is a chance to summon immediately. Do you want to summon? Yes. Ding, calling randomly. Randomly, the screen in Xin Luo's mind kept flickering, as if watching a lantern, Kagaya Haim, Ludao, Saitama shaved, Uchiha Itachi, 9 tails, 1 tail. Shin Luo wanted him to stop every time he showed up. But when he arrived in front of the weak man, the protagonist prayed for him to pass quickly. The most popular, the characters appearing on the screen are getting slower and slower, and the 6 paths slowly appear in Shin Luo's sight. FK, Ludao, stop, stop. Don't move, Shin Luo exclaimed in excitement, and finally watched Ludao move away from his line of sight slowly. Ah, Shin Luo's heart is bleeding. This FCK is 6, an invincible character, it is summoned to dominate in minutes, so I missed it. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. After the 6 realms passed, Shin Luo's desire to die is gone. This system is definitely deliberate, definitely. In the end, the screen stopped on top of a figure. This person has a large gray backhead and lavender double pupils. Like Hyuga Hinata, the forehead protector is worn on the neck. He also wears a Cthulhu necklace and a 3 ring representing the 3 terraces. Rich expression on the index finger of the left hand. Hidan. Shin Luo was a little dazed, and he pulled out Hidan, who has the immortal body from Naruto, immediately. FCK, Hidan is also terrifying in strength, but this is a typical word, with a simple personality. Straightforward, impatient, just say whatever you think. It can be said that it is a typical thorn head. On the other hand, this guy is also very crazy, impulsive, cruel, bloodthirsty, arrogant, has no respect or politeness to people, and has a crazy obsession with the Cthulhu that he believes in. Advertisement. Hidan's most terrifying special ability is the immortal body. No matter what kind of damage it receives, it will not be killed. It is an invincible bug. Although Hidan cannot die, it does not mean that Hidan is invincible and immortal in the pirate world. And one's own ability are completely two concepts. It's like, although you are immortal, this is certainly abnormal, but you are weak and some awesome people can't do it. This can only protect yourself and not help much. In an instant, Shin Luo freezes Hidan. This product is a shit stick, which is at the same level as Kaido of the Beasts. Kaido of the Beasts is invincible in the flesh, and Hidan is truly immortal. Shin Luo can imagine that Hidan's shit-chucking ability will definitely be at its peak in the future. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be Hidan. Originally, he wanted to summon Otsutsuki Kagaya right away. No more than 6 Madaras would do. If neither of them can work, you can also summon Tsunade, so that Shin Luo will not be lonely. Damn it. Lost it. Shin Luo secretly shook his head, and then the system's raising tone sounded. The character is locked. Naruto, Hidan, do you want to redeem it? Exchange. Shin Luo nodded. It's better to have something better than nothing. It's a good idea to have a Hidan shit stick. At least 5 elders can't die. If 5 elders really eat the fruit of life, then the 5 of them must not die. It's not bad to let Hidan go to a wave of 5 elders. Ding. Exchange in progress. Successful exchange. Brush. In the system space, it flashed directly, and Shin Luo saw Hidan's dead face. Oh, where is this? How could I appear here? Who are you? As soon as he came out, Hidan turned on the invincible mouth-talking tuberculosis mode. I'm your master. Shin Luo spoke lightly, majestic. Master. Hidan looked confused, his heart was blurred, and then his arrogant expression instantly converged, his eyes clear, and he nodded obediently. Master, what's your order? Here, put it on. Advertisement. No nonsense. Shin Luo directly took out the red cloud and black clothes. The clothes were so handsome. In the future, Shin Luo will ask the kids to find devil fruit and exchange points. In the future, Shin Luo wants to focus on being a big boss behind the scenes. This is the most beautiful thing. Awaken the power of the world, drunk lying on the knees of beauty. There are many pirates under his brothers, this is simply the dreamland that Shin Luo dreams of. Hidan took off his clothes outside and quickly put on a red cloud and black robe, his murderous temperament was undoubtedly evident. Very well, I order you to search for devil fruit. Shin Luo answered after thinking about it. Let the younger brother search, it is much faster than Shin Luo's own search, and also can see this dead face all day long. Devil fruit, what is that? Hidan asked with doubts. Yes, this is the approximate appearance of the devil 2.2 fruit. As long as there is something similar, you can bring it back to me. Innocent. Shin Luo warned to Hidan, this guy loves to get into trouble when he is outraged. In order to avoid trouble, Shin Luo must beat him. Yes, master. Hidan was very obedient in front of Shin Luo, which made Shin Luo lament the horror of the system. Damn it, where is the big wild wolf? It is clearly the little sheep. There is an illusion of being needed by Shin Luo at will. Of course, Hidan will only do this in front of the protagonist, and in front of others, will show his original character. At the same time, in the Holy Land Mary Geoise, all the naval headquarters and branch people are searching for the whereabouts of 5 elders day and night. Chapter 86. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The world government is in situ, here in a mess. Mary Geois, the bustling and prosperous Holy Land, no longer exists. All that was left was the dazzling and eye-catching giant red cloud meteorite. At this moment, the fluctuations have long been silent, but within a few kilometers, they are covered with a layer of dust, and the air is filled with countless dust and debris. All members of naval headquarters are intensively carrying out search work. The most powerful person in the world government was wiped out by one person in front of the whole world. This is a fatal blow to naval headquarters, and even a ruthless blow. In 10 days of search time, I have searched all around the meteorite, even digging 3 feet of the ground of the Red Earth continent, but did not find it. In the end, under Gangukong's order, everyone ventured into the bottom of the Hongyun meteorite, where the mountains are steep and the wind is crying. For some Marines, this is extremely dangerous work. And the heat on the meteorite remained for a long time within 10 days. Standing close under the meteorite, everyone who was roasted by the hot temperature sweated profusely and was extremely uncomfortable. 11. Marshal. A Marine wearing a cloak of justice walked up to Gangukong and bowed his head and said, "Marshal, we have searched for this one, and no sign of Lord Five Elders has been found. Where is Celestial Dragons? Have you found Celestial Dragons?" Gangukong asked with a gloomy expression. No. No. Marine stood in front of Gangukong, his expression nervous. Continue to search, to see people alive, and corpses to die. Yes. In the Naval Headquarters branch, there are tens of thousands of Marines, all searching around the Red Cloud meteorite, launching a carpet search. Advertisement. It's the 10th day. It's the 10th day. Gangukong's original strong will was also consumed in these 10 days. In 10 days, there was no news, and even the slightest clue was not found. I didn't see anything in it. Looking around, it was a mess after the disaster, and there was no life at all. For 10 days, without any news, the originally high-spirited Steel Bones could not help but a flash of loss on his face at this moment. If it weren't for Marine who insisted, he might be discouraged and order all of them to leave at this moment. Marshal. Garp walked to Gangukong's side, his expression unpleasant. Garp, did you find it? Gangukong asked reflexively, without any hope in his heart. No. Garp shook his head and lowered his head. At this moment, Naval Headquarters is in an unprecedented confusion and a dilemma. Without searching, there is no chance. To search, chances are slim. Look for another day. If you can't find it, just evacuate. Gangukong said painfully as if he never reported any hope for this search. Yes. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. The Marine Lieutenant General nodded. At this moment, within the Hongyun meteorite, a thunderous roar suddenly sounded. The voice shook the sky and resounded across the sky. The entire land was trembling violently, and beside the meteorite, a violent dust swept across. Those Marine soldiers who were searching for work were accidentally blown out by the huge impact and fell into the abyss. Seeing such a change, Gangukong's face changed in shock, and he hurriedly shouted, "What's going on?" "Thank you, Marshal." There was a violent explosion inside the meteorite. The smoke went up to the sky. Our soldiers suffered heavy casualties. Suddenly a soldier ran over in horror and ran over and reported. What? Explosion. 10 days have passed. Where did the explosion come from? All the soldiers. Get out of the safety zone for me. Lieutenant General Marine, Major General, Admiral, powerful people, all help me save those soldiers. Gangukong decisively gave orders, his entire face was extremely blue. Advertisement. Yes. All capable Marines headed by Garp cast moonwalk and rushed towards the meteorite to rescue the soldiers who were unconscious, stunned, or even falling off the cliff. Even if someone rescued, many people still died. Gangukong stared at the dead soldier with bruises on his face. Damn it. The bones of 5 elders were not found, and thousands of soldiers went in. This explosion range. Enough to shake many Marines to death. Boom. 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 Several violent explosions were transmitted violently from the inside, and the whole land was trembling crazily. Then, the last sound went through the world, shocking the whole world, and a rough hole was directly exploded on the edge of the meteorite. Gangukong stared solemnly at the source of the explosion, looking for the cause. Suddenly, the 5 figures slowly walked out of the gap. Because of the dust everywhere, they couldn't see the appearance of these people at all. When the 5 people came out, Gangukong was stunned and dumbfounded. 5. Master 5 Elders. The steel bone empty face was extremely distorted, and his eyes widened to look at the 5 figures in amazement, with expressions of astonishment all over their faces. Except for the steel skeleton, all the other naval headquarters, Marine branch soldiers, major generals, lieutenants, admiral, and staff all took a few breaths, stiff as they were struck by lightning. Master 5 Elders. Advertisement. Master 5 Elders is still alive. How is it possible? I saw Master 5 Elders being crushed by a meteorite. Master 5 Elders is so strong. You can survive such natural disasters. Everyone was dumbfounded for a moment, and then a violent discussion broke out. The tone was full of horror, shock, and incredible. Under all Marine's gazes, the 5 old men walked out lightly 310, with a flat expression. They are resurrected again. 800 years ago, the 5 of them ate the most powerful fruit of life on the devil fruit tree. They lived for 800 years and never died. However, this record, 10 days ago, was lost by the mysterious, flowing cloud. The strong broke. 5 of them were killed by one force. There is no way to go back, no way to avoid it. In front of Lu Yun, they were simply vulnerable. However, fortunately, they are also not afraid, because they can live forever after eating the fruit of life. Even if they are killed, they can be resurrected again with the fruits of life. The original fruit-powered person will regrow in the devil fruit tree after death. The devil fruit eaten by the fruit-powered person will regrow in the devil fruit tree to complete a cycle. The life fruit is like a bug in devil fruit. You eat it. Fruit. You are dead. Originally, this devil fruit should appear on the devil fruit tree, but because it is the fruit of life, it can resurrect your life, and then resurrect you. In this way, the fruit of life is still in your body, and because of you after the resurrection, the fruit of life will not appear on the devil fruit tree again. This forms an infinite loop, and they have an immortal life. However, there is only one way to make them die. That is to destroy the devil fruit tree. In this way, if the root is cut off, the devil fruit ability will disappear, and they will die of old age without the use of others. Chapter 87. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The fruit of life was originally an upgraded giant fruit on the devil fruit tree. Compared to other devil fruits, it was 5 or 6 times different. It was this upgraded devil fruit that successfully attracted 5 elders' products. Attention! Then, they personally directed a shocking battle. Other devil fruits can only be used by a single player, and multiple players have no effect. But after the fruit of life was upgraded, not only did the fruit body become extremely large, it was even more than enough for 5 people to eat, and all 5 people could gain the ability to live forever. What's more terrifying is that their bodies have undergone various abnormalities. Have to say, this fruit is really abnormal to the extreme. The first practice was on that day 800 years later. That day, 5 elders is still unforgettable. In the end of the world, after experiencing the terrible destructive power and despair. 5 elders never want to experience it again in my entire life. That kind of death is true, and it is not false. Even if they were resurrected, they still did not emerge from the shadow of death 10 days ago. That kind of pain, that kind of misery, like a tragic situation that seems to pierce the heart, they absolutely don't want to experience it again. 5. Master 5 Elders. Steel Bone's face was shocked, standing in front of 5 elders, not knowing what to say. Advertisement. Yeah. The 5 old men nodded lightly, and then looked at everyone with their eyes overlooking everything. Steel bones are empty. You are limited to naval headquarters in 5 days, on top of the meteorite, to rebuild a holy place. And the 5 of us. We will stay at naval headquarters for a few days. The bald man in 5 elders is extremely majestic. Give the order. 5 days. My lord, is it too hasty? Hurry. 5 days is enough. Isn't your naval headquarters so wasteful? Can't even rebuild. No. That's not what I meant. Gang Gukong's face was pale, and he was stunned by Lord 5 elders. He didn't have any temper and could only endure it. Then stop talking nonsense. On the 5th, I want to see the old world government again, and I want to see the Holy Land Mary Geoise again. Another old man with a sword gave the steel an ultimatum. Yes. The steel frame nodded heavily. This will be a huge project and an arduous task. My lord, that celestial dragons. The meaning of Gangukong's meaning is very clear. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. There is no need to look for celestial dragons. They are all safe and sound. You only need to rebuild the world government. But he has no room for resistance. In the face of the highest authority in the world government, it is meaningless to justify the refusal. Everyone has not recovered from the resurrection of 5 elders. After doing all this, 5 elders nodded, and then the 5 figures flashed quickly, heading towards naval headquarters. And here, only the soldiers, generals and marshals of the naval headquarters branch are left. Is that really Lord 5 elders? Advertisement. Really not dead. How did they survive? FK, is the highest authority in the world government so scary? 5 people, none of them died. Ice flowing cloud, strong, are 5 elders strong? I think it's the same. All Marine has different opinions, and even Garp is discussing it. What are you doing in a daze? Didn't you hear that Lord 5 elders has ordered? Everyone, rebuild the world government for me, and rebuild the Holy Land Mary Geoise. The world government is fearless in front of evil forces. Evil does not suppress the righteousness. This is inevitable. When the world government and all Marines are re-established, I will try my best to hunt down Theluyun. Seeing that 5 elders was not dead, Gang Gukong suddenly regained his enthusiasm, his expression was excited, and his tone was a strong boost to his morale. Yes. All Marines spoke in unison and began the great cause of reconstruction. This time the task is extremely difficult. Building the world government within 5 days is not as simple as a single sentence. Even the Marshal, Garp and other characters personally played. Direct and build yourself. Dash 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 dash. 10,000 meters deep in the sea, the Fishmen Island. Qin Luo temporarily placed Hedan in the system space, then came back to his senses, and said to Neptune, "You go down first." Yes. King Neptune nodded and walked out. Seeing that there is no one around, Qin Luo has the ability to use the Sea Lord's full-level ability to melt water, instantly from the deep sea 10,000 meters, appeared in the Chambordian Islands, because Hedan is in the system space, so Qin Luo can connect him bring them out together. Looking at the Chambordian Islands, Qin Luo directly released Hedan, saying, "From now on, you will search for devil fruit. Remember, you are a member of the Flowing Cloud pirate group. The cadres of the Yun pirates group claim to be themselves. This is a map and overview of the world and the devil fruit map. First understand, then you can go wandering. Remember, you have not collected 10 devil fruits. You are not allowed to see me." Advertisement. Yes. Hedan nodded and agreed. After Qin Luo gave the order, he directly used the melting ability, and the map in his mind was full of bright spots. Where are we going? By the way, Gangukong, the bastard still owes me 8 billion Baileys. I have to go to naval headquarters to lie down. The world government is destroyed. This kid should be very leisurely. Qin Luo laughed. Immediately found the coordinates of naval headquarters, selected the coordinates of the cup in an office in the Malin Bando high-rise building, and went directly in. Woo. Dash 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 dash. At the same time, 5 elders appeared in the naval headquarters office directly from the original sacred place Mary Geois for 5 hours. The 5 elders sat at the table with their dignified eyes. What about this matter? Lu Yun. This is an extremely strong powerhouse, even the 5 of us are not his opponents. The most deadly thing is that he is in the dark, and we, in the light, suffer a big loss. The bald expression repressed. First there was a lawless Qin Luo and the mysterious family behind him, and now there is a flowing cloud. How come there are so many powerful men? The old man with the sword wiped the long sword, his tone indifferent. You said, will there be any connection between the two of them? Relation. From the perspective of style, it is indeed similar, but it is based on energy. Obviously, Lu Yun is stronger. This matter will be handled by CP0. I don't believe that I can dig 3 feet in the ground, and I can't dig it out. We are still invincible for the time being, because we have an immortal body. Even if Lu Yun makes a surprise attack, we can die and be resurrected again. But the only worry is, the old man said halfway, stood up and looked into the distance. This kind of indescribable depression and worry. Chapter 88. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. As soon as Qin Luo used the Sea Lord's full-level melting ability, he heard 5 old men talking, and Qin Luo was in a cup at the moment, with water in the cup. This is how Qin Luo came here. However, since some people, Qin Luo did not rashly show the body, but still watched quietly in the cup. When Qin Luo saw these 5 people clearly, he was not much surprised, but a little surprised. 5 elders. Sure enough, the guess is right. These 5 old immortals must have eaten the fruits of life upgraded in devil fruit and have immortal lives. Before crossing, Qin Luo probably saw the speculations of the 5 old men among the pirates, and the most convincing thing is that the 5 old men ate the fruits of life and possessed immortal lives. Qin Luo also thought that this was a speculation that could withstand scrutiny, so he was naturally convinced. It was confirmed that these 5 old immortals had indeed eaten the fruits of life in devil fruit. Have unlimited life. I didn't expect this to be the case. Hey, I am afraid it will be a little tricky in the future. Qin Luo muttered in his heart, not because of the resurrection of 5 elders too much emotion, for Qin Luo. The resurrection of the 5 old immortals of them will definitely be killed by Qin Luo again in the future. The only thing that is annoying is the infinite resurrection ability. You have to think of a way to destroy all 5 of them at once. Qin Luo thought in his heart, and then listened carefully to what these 5 old immortals were talking about. It's okay, the 5 of us can't destroy the tree together. With a single floating cloud, he certainly can't. Besides, the place of the tree is very secret. Who would have expected it? Floating cloud can't find it, so how can he destroy it? One of the short old men is a comforting heart. This matter is no trivial matter. Don't be careless. The key moment now is to re-establish the world government, establish a holy land, and bring back celestial dragons. Otherwise, let them stay in that place and they will go crazy. Advertisement. Well, indeed, but the 5 of us have already performed the space shift. If we want to do it again, I am afraid it will take 15 days to do it, but the celestial dragons can't wait that long. Then send someone to lead the naval headquarters Marshal Admiral to take the celestial dragons back secretly. In this way, it should be foolproof. Well, this is a good way, I agree. I agree too. The 5 old men are very cooperative with each other. Then set a time, when to save it. 10 days later, 5 days to build a holy place for them, and for the remaining 5 days, 5 of us will return to their peak state, otherwise, what important things will happen to prevent the unevenness? Well, although we are resurrected, but our strength is somewhat at a loss, then quickly recover. This world still needs us to dominate. And Qin Luo, who was in the cup, heard all this clearly, including the trees mentioned by the 5 old immortals. Qin Luo guessed that it was probably the devil fruit tree, and took the celestial dragons back. Probably 10 days ago, when Qin Luo used a meteorite to collapse the world government, 5 elders used secret methods to secretly send the celestial dragons to other places. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. In this way, it can explain exactly the spatial fluctuation that Qin Luo felt 10 days ago. 5 elders sacrificed themselves and tried their best to transfer celestial dragons. Ensure the safety of celestial dragons, and they can be resurrected after death. In other words, when Qin Luo destroyed the world government and the Holy Land this time, it only killed those slaves and destroyed the buildings. The most evil people and the most wanting to destroy were all safe and sound. Mada even let them escape. Qin Luo cursed, and he had already planned that next time he was promoted to the full level, he would revive those slaves and servants to the revolving heaven technique, and then clean them before they died. The fear of Qin Luo, this can be regarded as a remedy for Qin Luo's fault. Even if 5 elders sacrificed themselves, they would teleport celestial dragons out. Advertisement. At this point, Qin Luo guessed that there must be some secret in celestial dragons that can make 5 elders so jealous, or celestial dragons have their handle, which can be enough to make 5 elders completely dead. It's just that Qin Luo doesn't know what it is. But knowing that there is such a secret is better than not knowing anything. In the future, Qin Luo will focus on this aspect. During a brief eavesdropping, Qin Luo also caught the most critical thing, that is, 5 elders intends to lead the naval headquarters to take back the transferred celestial dragons in 10 days. For Qin Luo who knows about this, he will naturally join in the fun and add a block to them. In short, this time Qin Luo originally wanted to warn Steel Frame to deliver 8 billion Baileys in arrears. Unexpectedly, he misunderstood and learned more valuable information than 8 billion Baileys. He seems to have thought about the scene of 5 elders jumping a few days later. When Qin Luo pondered, one of the bald heads in 5 elders who had just gotten up suddenly glared at him with a fierce light, raised his right hand, and a wave of palm wind shook him, and then shouted, "Who?" The quilt broke with a slap, and the water splashed on the wall with a splash, but it did not cause any harm to Qin Luo. "What are you doing? Become crazy." The remaining 4 of the 5 old men looked at the bald old man with gloomy eyes. "I just seemed to have a feeling of being peeped, it came from that cup." Advertisement. Peeping. Hearing the words, the sword holder looked solemnly at the broken cup and water, and didn't notice any weirdness. "How do I not notice? I do not have either." 4 of the 5 people shook their heads to indicate that they didn't notice Dao. The bald old man has a low face. "You must be wrong. We have all been stimulated a lot these days. We are getting older, so some mistakes are inevitable." "Well, you must feel wrong. Who is there anybody here? Besides, even if there are people, he can still blend into the water. You have to know that anyone with any ability is afraid of water. Don't be suspicious, you must be wrong." The 4 elders started to persuade the bald elders with 1 word from you and 1 from me. And the bald old man is also a sacred posture, muttering to himself, "It should be really wrong. I didn't expect that when I was wrong, I was really older, and the more I lived, the more confused." When the 5 of them finished speaking, they went to retreat to regain their strength. At this moment, Qin Luo has disappeared from the Chambordian Islands and entered the Fishmen Island. Chapter 89. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. I didn't expect a sense of God in 5 elders to be so keen. I could feel my existence, but it was just a vague feeling. Haha, the overlord of the sea's full-level meltwater trick is really powerful. Qin Luo murmured to himself, and couldn't help sighing for such a perverted bug. After coming out of the Chambord Islands, Qin Luo escaped into Dragon Palace. 10 days ago, Qin Luo also warned naval headquarters. 5 days later, meet New World and Trade. And after he changed his status and wiped out the world government, how could Gangukong take care of this? Therefore, Qin Luo is not in a hurry. After getting the summoning full level to familiarize him, he will stay in the Fishmen Island for a few more days. When the pirates enter the Fishmen Island, there will be fighting incidents if they are not in order. In order to avoid these things, if it happens, it is necessary for Qin Luo to stay here for a few days. If there is no disturbance after a few days, Shinluo may be able to leave safely. By the way, go and warn the steel bone empty, otherwise, will the labor and capital wait for nothing? Shinluo pondered for a moment, once again used the melting water ability, quietly appeared in the Chambord Islands, searched again, there is no steel bone empty here, and went to the deep sea prison again, but there was no. In the end, Shinluo went to the judicial island and didn't see it. After that, Shinluo placed his sight on the location of the original world government. As soon as he escaped, he appeared in the Red Earth continent, the land of the original world government. At this moment, the mysterious energy on Shinluo's face has long since disappeared. Of course, he does not need to deliberately cover it. Because, at this moment, he is Shinluo, not Iluyun. After replacing the red cloud and black robe, he is the big pirate with a billion bounty, Shinluo. While searching, Shinluo suddenly thought of something, and hurriedly asked, is there a system that is of a lifetime nature? One purchase with points can cover my face and prevent them from detecting it. Ding, yes. How many points? 500 points. Grass, it's so cheap. The last time I redeemed mystery energy cost me 1,000 points. Shinluo's eyes widened, feeling that he was slaughtered by the system again. Ding, last time it was concealed breath, figure, and voice, so it was more advanced, but this time host only covers the face, without concealing the breath, figure, and voice, so you can get it forever with only 500 points. Obtain. Shinluo did not talk nonsense and exchanged it directly. Advertisement. Immediately, a mask appeared on his hand. The mask was completely dark and without patterns. When he wore it on his face, there was an indescribable feeling. That's fine. Yes, host. No one knows what you look like unless someone breaks your mask. Does 5 elders know? No. It is good. After the experiment, Shinluo took off the mask and put it into the system space. Anyway, he is Shinluo's identity at the moment, so he doesn't need this mask. Shinluo looked at the points panel. At this moment, there are still 400 points left, which has shrunk by 500 points. This is far from enough. I have to find a way to blackmail. At the same time, Mary Geois, the original world government holy site. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Everyone in naval headquarters worked hard to build. The Hollow Heart was extremely anxious at this moment. He hadn't forgotten the deal 5 days ago, but he couldn't get out of it at all. The world government is destroyed, the life and death of the highest authority is unknown. If this matter is not resolved, it will cause a sensation in the whole world. At that time, their marine would also be in danger. Lieutenant General, Admiral and the highest authority of the world government, he knew which one was more important. So Gangukong gave up all distractions and searched for the whereabouts of 5 elders in the original world government. After 5 elders was found, he began to worry about his own affairs, and as time passed, his whole person began to become anxious. Advertisement. Will Shinluo tear up the ticket? Zephyr, Sengoku, Pelusolino, Sakazuki are now alive or dead? The hollow steel frame is surrounded by these questions. He wanted to find Shinluo, but this little boy seemed to have scuds, and he had already disappeared without a trace. How to find? Hey, how are you, old man? Just as Gangukong was worried and upset for his subordinates, suddenly a figure appeared in front of Gangukong. You, Shinluo. Looking at the gentle smile in front of him, the harmless face of humans and animals, the hollow pupils of the steel skeleton shrank suddenly, and his face was shocked. Just thinking about where this kid would be, he appeared directly beside him. Shave. Gangukong is not nonsense at all. Armed color hardened. Finger pistol. The speed of the steel bones is amazing. After all, they are of the martial level. Marine 6 styles is much stronger than those Marine lieutenants, Admiral. Woo. The hardened finger pistol of the steel-boned Air Force directly pierced Shinluo's fluid-like illusory water figure directly and swiftly, and then directly passed through it. Marine Admiral, the Lieutenant General noticed the abnormality, and turned their heads one after another. It was like a chain reaction. Marine soldiers also stopped working and swept their eyes. Marshal. Advertisement. Who is he? Shinluo. He is Shinluo. Admiral. The Lieutenant Admiral saw the figure clearly, his eyes widened in shock. Shinluo could enter this place of hidden dragon and crouching tiger silently, it is terrifying. The steel bone pierced Shinluo's body, and the original water flow was washed away, but within a few seconds, the damaged openings gathered again and reunited into Shinluo's calm and unrestrained figure. 0. It's useless, the steel is empty, don't bother, I said that you didn't arrive as scheduled for the 5 days, and you broke your appointment. Do you think I'm a bully? Shinluo raised his eyes and spoke indifferently. For a moment, all Marine Admiral, the Lieutenant General, all shaved and rushed in front of Shinluo. In the Marine where masters gather, Shinluo is calm and unconcerned. Shinluo, you have been surrounded. Obediently let Celestial Dragons and our Marine Admiral Lieutenant Admiral. Otherwise, you will die miserably. The martial Gangukong shot down and said with a gloomy look. Hee, I'm so scared, Gang Bone Kong, even if all of you Marine get on together, you won't necessarily get a hair on me. Who gave you the courage to be serious nonsense here? Qin Luo's tricky and venomous words immediately made Gangukong's entire face turn blue, and the armed color covered his right foot, and he swept away directly. Tempest kick. Boom. With a kick in the illusory current, Gangbone Kong once again passed through, and countless water splashes were splashed in all directions by the kick. But strangely, the water flow seemed to have life. In the eyes of everyone hell and horrified, it slowly condensed into Qin Luo's figure again, no different from just now. Gangukong, didn't I tell you that it's useless? Are you suffering from Alzheimer's? Don't understand. Report. 12%. Chapter 90. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Are you suffering from Alzheimer's? Don't understand what I said. Qin Luo spoke lazily, his body in the form of water slowly condensed in the air, despising the steel bones. It's not Logia. It's not fluid. The steel bones penetrated through with a single blow, and instead of causing any substantial damage to Qin Luo, on the contrary, it made him a little embarrassed. Fluid. Who told you that Laozi is from Logia demon fruit power? Qin Luo smiled confidently, his eyes full of disdain. The Naval Headquarters Lieutenant General, the Marshal, directly surrounded Qin Luo. Everyone stared at Qin Luo intently, wishing to cramp him. Qin Luo, where's Taotu? Release her, Lieutenant General Crane asked with a serious face. Peach Rabbit. Sorry, Peach Rabbit has turned against the water now. She disdains to work with you Marine and has become my proud subordinate. Nonsense. Taotu absolutely disdains to be with the pirates. Have you tortured her with a tough attitude? Lieutenant Crane trembled and his face was haggard. Torture. Do you treat everyone like you Marine? Use despicable means to achieve your goals. Qin Luo sneered again and again. Presumptuous. The steel bones were empty and the green tendons burst out, and his eyes were full of anger. A horrible energy rushed out of the steel hollow body 11, and then, Qin Luo saw that the steel hollow body was covered with armed color, and he blasted out with a punch, and the fist wind howled. Boom. With a punch, all the water splashed. Slowly, the water condensed again, forming the appearance of Qin Luo. Gangukong, now your subordinates and Tianlong people are on my body. 5 days ago, if you didn't fulfill the agreement, you will have to pay the price. What's the price? With a blow, Gangukong's expression was astonished. 5 days, 25% interest is charged. That is to say, your subordinates and the Tianlong people's food, clothing, housing, and transportation have all been eaten and drunk with me for 5 days. I will charge you 2 billion Baileys more. Come as my compensation. Advertisement. Qin Luo sat on the floor and raised the price, ignoring the expressions of Steel Bones and Garp and others. You dream. Gang Bone gritted his teeth. In just 5 days, he actually paid an extra 2 billion Baileys. Is he a fat sheep when he becomes a world government? Say slaughter. The steel bone burst into the air, resounding like thunder in Qin Luo's ears. Immediately, the steel bone empty figure moved, the palm of the wind whizzed, and the figure swept up, like a falcon, carrying a suffocating shadow, and blasted towards Qin Luo. Drum. Noise. Qin Luo raised his eyelids, unmoved. This steel frame is empty again and again to provoke, although it did not cause any harm to Qin Luo, but it does not take him as an adult. Really treat him as a bully. Repulsion. 1,000 times. Qin Luo muttered in his heart, and his right hand suddenly burst out with a terrifying repulsion, 1,000 times the terrifying repulsion, which shocked the air dozens of times. The steel bone empty fist howled the wind, and directly shook Qin Luo's fist. Boom. A huge roar burst from the palms of the two of them, and the terrifying repulsive force directly lifted the steel bones into the sky, his whole body twitched, and the steel bone's face that was tortured by the painful tens of thousands of times was distorted. Boom. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. The terrifying Yu Wei rammed into the steel-boned air arm, his arm-colored hardened right arm was directly in full view, exploding into pieces. Punch. Shattered. Gangukong, I warned you, you still don't know how to lift. One arm. It makes you a long memory. Qin Luo blasted Gangukong's right arm with his bare hands. No one really expected this kind of thing. Dao. Who is Gangukong? That's Marshal Marine, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. With martial-level strength, it was so easy to be punched by Qin Luo in one arm. Advertisement. How can they believe it? What? The steel bones violently, the whole body twitched violently, cold sweat broke out, and the pain on his right arm was like a sword twist, making him extremely painful. But the will to be a marshal still exists. In an instant, Gangukong suppressed the heart-piercing pain, but in his expression, he could still capture the pain of Gangukong's extremely painful expressions. Quote. At this moment, Qin Luo captured Charma Kusheng. Now Charmako Saint is extremely miserable, his facial features have been stained with blood, his hair is scattered, and he is extremely embarrassed. Heaven. Tianlongren. Charmako Saint. Let go of him, let go of Lord Charmako. Lieutenant Marine seemed to have no brains, and roared frantically. Gang Gukong raised his head to look at Charma Kusheng, who was being held by Qin Luo. His eyes were gloomy and said, "You don't dare to kill the Tianlongren in your hands, and say, what conditions do you open? How much Bailey do you want? I dare not kill the Tianlongren. Do you think I really dare not kill?" Qin Luo sneered again and again, as if he had heard the funniest joke of the incident. Realizing the killing intent in Qin Luo's tone, Gang Gukong hurriedly changed his words. "Let go of the Tianlongren, the conditions are up to you. Just let him go. Regardless of 2 billion, 3 billion, we Marine will give it." "Oh, really?" Qin Luo raised his eyelids lightly, playing with the taste. "Steel bone empty. If you are like this when I come, maybe I will consider letting him go, but now, it's too late." Qin Luo's cold light flashed, and his right hand burst out with terrifying power. "No. Dragon people, can't kill. Stop it now." The Marshal, Garp, Lieutenant General Crane, and the other Marine Lieutenant Generals' complexions changed drastically, starving, and rushing towards Qin Luo frantically, trying to save the Celestial Dragon. However, how can their speed compare with Qin Luo? Qin Luo sneered, raising his right hand, and a repulsive force hit the Tianlongren. Advertisement. Boom. The fist wind whistled, and the violent energy instantly rushed into the Tianlong human body 597, and then, under countless eyes. Blast with one punch. The blood of the Tianlong people spilled into the sky and died thoroughly. Garp, Lieutenant General Crane, Ghost Spider, and countless Marine Lieutenant Generals gritted their teeth. Damn it. Gang Gukong was very angry, and smashed it with a punch. Immediately, countless figures suddenly attacked Qin Luo. Everywhere is the Lieutenant General of Naval Headquarters, Admiral, Marshal. Armed color hardened. Iron fist. Wash the fruits. Tempest kick. Finger pistol. Countless attacks blasted Qin Luo, wanting to kill Qin Luo with one blow. Repulsion. Qin Luo Tianzhong. Qin Luo retracted his arm, but when everyone was killed, he directly used terror and made everyone panic. Boom. With Qin Luo as the center, the space was suddenly distorted, and everyone was stopped in the air, unable to get in the slightest. Within one step, killing you is like killing a chicken. Get out of here. Qin Luo's voice was like a profound thunder in 9 days, roaring and cracking in everyone's ears. As Qin Luo uttered a word, the terrifying repulsion suddenly increased to the point where the lieutenant generals could not bear it, and everyone was blasted out by Qin Luo domineeringly. The sudden strength prevented all of them from advancing, and the momentum of the sprint was also resisted. As Qin Luo shook, all of them were bounced away. It's not even close to Qin Luo. Chapter 91. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Shocking everyone back, Qin Luo stood with his hands behind, his eyes indifferent. 10 days later, I will take out 25 devil fruits in exchange for the hostages in my hand. Otherwise, I will tear up the ticket. Today, this is a warning for you. After speaking, Qin Luo's body in the form of water disappeared, while the water flow without Qin Luo's control was splashed on the ground with a clatter. Only countless Marines who shocked the scene were left. Marshal, call the doctor. Marshal's arm. Marshal, are you okay? I'll call a doctor. It's okay. The steel frame waved his hand. There are some very old guys in the world government, and those guys can build him a fake arm. But the most critical thing right now is to rescue his men from Qin Luo's hands. Do you still want to catch Qin Luo? Do not. Gang Gukong felt that he was not sure to catch Qin Luo. All Marine lieutenants and Marine admiral are called out. They should be able to compete with Qin Luo, but this is still unstable. The safest way is to find 5 elders. If 5 elders can help them, this is one great help. If you want to arrest Qin Luo, you still need to think about it for a long time. Damn it, what's going on these days? First there was a Qin Luo, and now there is a floating cloud. Now it is an eventful time. The steel-boned heir was furious, and his face became exaggerated. Advertisement. Marshal, Qin Luo only gave us 10 days, where to go to collect devil fruit. 25 pieces, it is very difficult for our government to collect. Collect the difficulties. I will report this to 5 elders. When necessary, let one of the 5 elders come forward and swear to catch Qin Luo to the death. As long as Qin Luo is caught, the family behind him will also surface. At the same time, Qin Luo has disappeared in the place of the original world government. 25 devil fruits are not difficult for the people of naval headquarters. They have a large population, and it is only time to collect devil fruit. Let Qin Luo search for it by himself, rather than let the people from naval headquarters find it for him. In this way, it is unnecessary to use Bailey to buy devil fruit. Therefore, Xin Luo gave them 10 days, such a wide and sufficient time. If naval headquarters does not grasp it again this time, Xin Luo will tear the ticket and kill Zephyr, Sengoku, Sakazuki, and Pelusalino. 5 elders can't kill, can Marine Admiral and the Lieutenant General still be killed? After doing all this, Xin Luo went around the world, and it took him 2 days. After playing around, Xin Luo returned to the Fishman Island. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Inside the Fishman Island, it is bustling and lively, and when you look around, they are all the people of the Fishman Island. The pirates have already entered the Fishman Island, and the local residents have slowly accepted the fear from the beginning. In a few days, they have quickly become acquainted with each other, and the shadow of the original fear of the pirates has disappeared. Compared to this time, Xin Luo cares most about his own profit method of trading. Back in Dragon Palace, Xin Luo called Neptune over immediately. God, what is your command? King Neptune stood in front of Xin Luo respectfully and asked. Ask you 2 things. Advertisement. God, please speak. How is the business of beating celestial dragons these days? This is one of the things Xin Luo cares about. If this business is hot, it will simply make a profit. It is simple to make hundreds of millions of Baileys in a day. God, the business is extremely hot. Many pirates hate celestial dragons to the extreme. In just 2 days, the business skyrocketed. Yesterday's profit was 100 million Baileys, and they also harvested 2 devil fruits. Oh, get 2 devil fruit. For getting money, Xin Luo wants to get devil fruit directly, and getting devil fruit is equivalent to getting points. After getting the points, you can summon characters. The business is booming. Xin Luo is very pleased, and he can predict it. Immediately, Xin Luo continued to ask. In the past few days, have a large number of pirates entered the Fishman Island? As God expected, in just 2 days, a large number of pirates poured in from the deep sea tunnel, and the tunnel you created has shocked the world. They call you a god. Yeah, Xin Luo nodded. This incident was also within his expectations. In the future, every ship entering through the tunnel will charge 10,000 Baileys. All these money will be handed over to you to maintain the livelihood of the Fishman Island. Yes, Neptune listened carefully and nodded in agreement. The man in front of him could no longer be described by humans. It's a monster. God, I have one thing I want to ask about. King Neptune looked cautious, as if something was going on. Seeing this, Xin Luo directly waved his hand and said, if you have anything to say, please. Yes, God, did you really destroy the world government? And you also destroyed the Holy Land? King Neptune's eyes widened and asked in surprise. Advertisement. Is the world government such a behemoth really destroyed by Xin Luo? For a while, King Neptune thought he was living in a dream. When did the Fishman Island hug this big thick leg? I killed it. Xin Luo didn't hide it. King Neptune knew about this matter all the time. The kid had handled the red clouds and black clothes. He knew the figure and the logo best. Since it cannot be concealed, Xin Luo does not intend to conceal it. The god of Luyun is Xin Luo, and Xin Luo is the god of Luyun, right? Neptune swallowed his mouth. Yes, I am Luyun, and Luyun is me. And I am the pirate whose bounty is wanted by the world government as 1 billion. Xin Luo was noncommittal and admitted all. I have one thing I need to remind you. In the future, you will forget the name Xin Luo. I will only have one title in the future, which is Luyun, okay? Relax, God, I have warned all the people to forget your real name, and you will be called Luyun from now on. Neptune has a very good mind and has long thought that Xin Luo intends to conceal his life. This matter has been taken care of by Neptune. Unexpectedly, you actually destroyed the world government. This matter has now been spread wildly by the pirates. You have now become a cult object of the whole island. As that's so, Xin Luo smiled bitterly. He never thought that things would develop into this way. After going out, he must be careful, otherwise he would definitely be blocked by the residents of the Fishman Island, and then he would worship an even vote. Hug and hug. Cough cough, that's not good. Give me the devil fruit collected these days, and then take the remaining Bailey to expand the Fishman Island. Xin Luo waved his hand and said. Yes. King Neptune withdrew and walked in after a few minutes, holding a box in his hands. God, this is the devil fruit I got these days. Xin Luo nodded and opened the box, with 5 devil fruit lying quietly inside. Chapter 92. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The 5 devil fruits are densely threaded and look like a fruit, but they are unusually large. Ding. Detect the mysterious energy, whether to collect it. Sure enough, after seeing devil fruit, the system prompt sounded again. Absorb. Xin Luo muttered to himself. Then a ray of light enveloped the 5 devil fruits. Ding. 4 zone devil fruit. Redeem 3,200 points. Ding. A Paramesha devil fruit. Redeem 900 points. Statistics. A total of 4,100 points. Xin Luo nodded. then looked at the points panel, which showed 4,600 points. Suddenly, Qin Luo noticed that someone was sneaking into Longgang City and was rushing towards him. Qin Luo thought about it and hurriedly took out the mask and put it on his head. He didn't want to be recognized by others. Looks like. After that, Qin Luo sensed that the person had arrived outside the door and seemed to be about to come in, but the whole person was very cautious, like a thief. Who? Qin Luo shouted at the outside. This scene frightened Neptune's body, but he didn't notice anyone, so he was naturally taken aback. I count 3 times. If you don't come out again, you have to think about the consequences. Qin Luo stared at the door and sneered in his heart. Advertisement. Whoever dared to break into Dragon Palace City so boldly, that person is not a resident on the Fishman Island, but a pirate. Since he is a pirate, he naturally has a purpose in coming here. After the 3 beeps, the man still did not show up. Qin Luo couldn't help but sneer, and fisted. Boom. The giant gate was shattered by a punch, and a figure fled away embarrassedly and appeared in Qin Luo's line of sight. Ahem. 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 This person has absorbed a lot of dust and is coughing violently. Qin Luo's eyes were cold, staring at the person, and said, Who are you? What are you sneaking into my dragon palace? Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. This person is about 20 years old, a young man. From the temptation of Qin Luo's thunderous strike, this kid is fast, so it is difficult for ordinary pirates to escape from his hands. He should be good at escaping or chasing. Killed pirates. Who are you? The man's eyes were cold, angry because of Qin Luo's unkindness. Who am I? Hee. I should have asked you this. What's the intention of breaking into the Dragon Palace City secretly by yourself? He. The man heard the words and couldn't help but sneer and proudly said, I am New World who can compete with Yufir, a member of the Pirate League in the Whitebeard Pirate Group. Our Pirate League, even if it is better than Roger and Whitebeard don't want to provoke, take me to find Master Luyun. Pouch. Qin Luo smiled. This time I really couldn't help it. Someone brags that their pirate alliance can compete with Whitebeard and Roger. Doesn't he know how strong he is? However, the latter sentence aroused Qin Luo's interest. Thinking of this, Qin Luo asked with interest, Why are you looking for Luyun? He is very busy now. Advertisement. Presumptuous. Qin Luo just finished speaking. Yufir was furious, as if Qin Luo said something offensive to him. You dare to call Master Luyun by the name. Do you want to die? Yufu glared at Qin Luo, angrily. Qin Luo raised his eyebrows. Yes. Another Luyun fan. Don't worry about whether I die or not. What are you going to do with Lord Luyun? Qin Luo is interested in it for the first time. Otherwise, if someone dares to offend him, he will definitely slap him to death. Humph. Yufir looked proud and looked up at the sky. Master Luyun subverted the world government, killed 5 elders, and arrested the Dragonites with the power of 1 person, and let them suffer in the Fishman Island all day long. Thousands of times of torture. The deeds of Master Luyun can be called a great deed. It is a height that our generation can hardly reach. My admiration for Master Luyun is like the surging river, endless, and like the flood of the Yellow River, it is impossible to hit it. Pack. Stop it. Qin Luo interrupted with a wry smile. Ma Dan. Can't listen anymore. Hearing others praise him so much, even Qin Luo's old face felt hot. Hot. Simply speaking, why did you ask Master Luyun? Master Luyun takes care of everything every day. If it's a trivial matter, Master Luyun won't pay attention to you as a kid. Huh. Yufir looked at Qin Luo and Neptune proudly, and said, Go and show me the god of flowing clouds. I want to worship him as a teacher. Yufu's eyes are full of worship, and the degree of worship of convective clouds has broken through the sky. Let's go. Master Luyun won't see you, and won't accept you as a disciple. Qin Luo waved his hand and motioned to let this guy go quickly. What kind of disciple would he accept? That's something fools can do. Damn. You didn't take me to see Luyun God, so why do you say that Luyun won't accept me as a disciple? Yufir was staring, his figure flashed, and he rushed towards Qin Luo. Since you don't bring me, I go, then I'm tied up and let you take me there. Ah. Qin Luo smiled kindly. Yufu's speed is amazing, as fast as lightning, but compared with Qin Luo, who is the overlord of the sea, is far behind. Advertisement. Yufu's speed is very similar to the shaving in Marine 6 styles, which is amazing. In the blink of an eye, Yufir reached Qin Luo and grabbed it with a big hand. Since I refused to take me there, I would take the liberty to interrupt. Yufu's eyes were flushed, and his face was full of confident smiles. Qin Luo smiled bitterly and shook his head, his arm stuck out, and a punch was hit on the palm of Yufir's palm. Yufu's reaction was astonishing. With a twist of his waist, he hurriedly turned his body, dodged dangerously, and then grabbed Qin Luo's back. Huh. The speed of response is not slow. Xin Luo was surprised, and immediately raised his right hand, his repulsion surged, and at the same time, gravitation appeared. Suddenly, the gravitational and repulsive forces interacted on Yu Fuer's body, squeezing him in place. Damn it! Yu Fu's eyes flushed, and his expression sluggish. What kind of power is this? With one blow, Xin Luo stood up slowly and warned Yu Fuer. Go away, because you worship Lu Yun, I won't kill you. Lu Yun won't take you. Why do you say that? Only Lu Yun has the absolute right to speak. Why do you call the shots for God Lu Yun? Yu Fu yelled frantically, looking at the hope that was almost broken. Why? Xin Luo sneered, and said, I am Lu Yun, you say, why should I? As soon as Xin Luo's words came out, Yu Fu's whole body trembled, and his whole body was dull in the air, his eyes widened, unbelievable. Chapter 93. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Are you Lu Yun-sama? Yu Fu's expression changed rapidly, from arrogant, frightened to shocked. You can imagine what he has experienced at this moment. Looking at Yu Fuer with surprise, shock, surprise, and admiration. Xin Luo smiled bitterly. Are you really Master Lu Yun? A blow through the world government, smashed the Holy Land, and even the Master Lu Yun who beat celestial dragons. Yu Fuer was restrained, but there was ecstasy and excitement on his face. The feelings were frantically revealed. Yeah, Xin Luo nodded lightly. Seeing Xin Luo confessed, Yu Fuer became more and more excited. Master Lu Yun. God of Lu Yun, let me go. I am here to worship you as a teacher. Please accept me. Let me be your disciple. Yu Fuer was chained in the air, his expression excited, and the whole person was ecstatic. I said, I don't accept disciples. Xin Luo said calmly. Hearing this, Yu Felton became anxious and shouted, the god of flowing clouds, you are my idol. If I know that you are god of flowing clouds, I would definitely not offend. Please don't mind what happened just now, if I feel uncomfortable. I will kneel and kowtow for you. Please accept me as a disciple. No. Xin Luo faced Yu Fuer's bitter begging. Xin Luo directly refused. Why? Yu Fu's face was extremely bitter. He came to the Fish-Men Island to worship Lu Yun as his teacher. Unexpectedly, he was rejected so neatly. I don't want to accept it. God, give me another chance. I will definitely perform well. Ask God to give me another chance. Yu Fuer begged hard in the air. If it weren't for Xin Luo to restrain Yu Fuer at the moment, this guy would definitely kneel down for Xin Luo immediately. Facing Yu Fuer's determined heart, Xin Luo shook his head. If he refused, he would definitely be annoyed by this person all day long. Advertisement. To avoid trouble, Xin Luo had no choice but to give Yu Fuer a condition that could not be done. Mindful of this, Xin Luo put Yu Fuer down and said, if you want to join my Lu Yun, you must pass the 3 tests. 3 levels. Don't talk about 3 levels. Even 10 levels. I will definitely be able to pass. Yu Fuer was ecstatic. Still have a chance. Don't be happy too early. Xin Luo poured cold water down. The first level, you may not be able to get through it. Hearing that, Yu Fu's entire face turned pale. What kind of test it was, he couldn't pass the first level. In 2 days, collect 2 devil fruits. Of course, if you collect Zone Devil Fruit, you will need 3 to pass the first level. Xin Luo offered conditions that were almost impossible to achieve. In 2 days, 2 devil fruits were collected, which is as difficult as the sky. Needless to say how precious devil fruit is, even if there is a channel to obtain it, there is no 6 or 7 billion Baileys, never want to buy it. And there is still a price but no market. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Therefore, it is extremely difficult to obtain 2 devil fruits separately, and if it is Zone Devil Fruit, 3 are needed. With this condition alone, Yu Fu has been rejected for thousands of miles. The second condition. Within 2 days. What can you do in 2 days? If you ask Xin Luo to collect it, you might be able to collect it, but letting a little pirate like Yu Fuer, who is 200 million yuan, take out 2 devil fruits in 2 days, wouldn't it be even more difficult? So, the first condition. Yu Fuer, just don't want to do it. Advertisement. Unless there is a pie in the sky, but this kind of lucky rate is very low. 2 devil fruits or 3 zone devil fruits. Yu Fu's eyes widened, shocked. He knew what devil fruit meant, but it was too difficult to get devil fruit in such a short period of time. Even if you let him steal it, let him steal it. It is also extremely difficult to meet the requirements and send it to Lu Yun. God, this is simply impossible to achieve. Yu Fu yelled, staring openly. I can't pass the first level. What qualifications do I have to be my disciple? Xin Luo raised his eyelids and said calmly. Look, I just swore to pass the checkpoint just now, and when the problem comes, it's the same. The Fish-Men Island is away from Chambord. Even after the adults open the tunnel, it takes a day, but it takes 2 days for me to go back and forth, and it takes 2 days for me to hurry. Where can I find time to search for devil fruit? Hearing that, Qin Luo is meditating, it is indeed difficult. In this way, I will send you out. You take this talisman. If you collect 2 non-zone devil fruits or 3 zone devil fruits within 2 days, I will appear by your side instantly. How long does it take to go on your way? In the end, Qin Luo made such a condition. Yu Fu's face was bitter, and it was too difficult to collect devil fruit within 2 days. But if he didn't do this, he would have no chance to become Luyuan's apprentice, and he would regret it for a lifetime. Suddenly, Yu Fu's eyes were full of determination. Okay. Within 2 days, I will definitely find devil fruit. Yu Fu is very excited, although there are many dangers ahead, but this is not a dead end. There is still a silver lining. Just work hard, in case it can be achieved. Qin Luo slowly shook his head, helpless for Yu Fu's determination. Then good luck. Advertisement. In Qin Luo's view, this is simply impossible. This condition was made entirely because Qin Luo retired for Yu Fu to meet the difficulties, but he did not expect this stupid boy to face the difficulties. After speaking, Qin Luo waved his hand and a talisman appeared in Yu Fu's hand. Soon Qin Luo did not wait for Yu Fu to speak, and directly brought him into the system space. The overlord of the sea. The body melts into the water. Qin Luo gave a low shout, and then the whole person disappeared. Inside the Dragon Palace, only King Neptune was left in horror. Disappeared. Dash 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 dash. Within 3.2 moments, Qin Luo led Yu Fu to a place in New World. Qin Luo didn't pay much attention to where it was. In short, this is not a good place. It seems to be under the jurisdiction of Whitebeard. Wow! A ray of light flashed, and Yu Fu appeared in front of Qin Luo. Here, this is a map of this country. This is a permanent pointer. Whether you can pass the first level within 2 days depends on your luck. If you fail, stop looking for me. Qin Luo looked to the sky and said calmly, I will definitely collect devil fruit. Definitely. God of flowing clouds. You were waiting for me. I will be your apprentice. Yu Fu yelled, full of confidence. Good luck. Qin Luo waved his hand and disappeared. Only Yu Fu was surprised by Lu Yunshan's means. Chapter 94. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. God. Flowing cloud God. God. Yu Fu raised his head and yelled and looked around, but did not find the figure of Luyun God. What a great God. Is this a space shift? I was in the Fishman Island just now, and I appeared in the Whitebeard site of New World in the blink of an eye. It must be a space shift. How strong is the God of flowing cloud? Yu Fu murmured to himself. The admiration for Luyun in his heart had reached the point where he fell to the ground. God, wait for me. Dash 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 dash. Qin Luo put down Yu Fu and returned to the Fishman Island. In the past 2 days, a lot of news that shocked the world appeared. The first to bear the brunt was that a man of the God of flowing clouds destroyed the Holy Land and killed 5 elders. This matter set off a storm all over the world. Just as the hurricane screamed fiercely, and the pirates were going to shell Malin Vando, another shocking and panic message came out. 5 elders are not dead. The sensation of this incident is no less than a magnitude 12 earthquake. Those pirates who were arrogant and domineering because of the destruction of the world government suddenly died down and lost their voices. On May 12th, the old star died and resurrected, only Qin Luo knew about it. Others thought that 5 elders was powerful and really did not die. God, there is a big situation. King Neptune rushed in from the door in a panic, panting violently. Advertisement. What's happening? God, 5 elders are not dead. They survived. King Neptune's face changed in shock. 5 elders were not dead. I am afraid that the Fishman Island will become a key point of obliteration. After all, celestial dragons are here, but they have suffered unbearable torture. If this matter reaches the ears of 5 elders, they will definitely dispatch with all their strength to destroy the Fishman Island. 5 elders is resurrected. King Neptune is most worried about his people on the Fishman Island. Didn't you die? Qin Luo pretended to be surprised. 5 elders was alive. He knew better than anyone else, but he still pretended to be surprised in front of Neptune. Not dead. The newspapers are out. Neptune looked panicked and hurriedly handed the newspaper to Qin Luo. Qin Luo took it. His eyes swept away. In the most conspicuous position, there are bold and dazzling characters. The highest authority in the world government, 5 elders, did not die. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. This news is short, yet extremely heavy. Just a few words can stop the pirates who are about to fight against Marine, and it can calm the matter down and play a deterrent effect. At the same time, all parts of the world were overwhelmed by this news. Whether it's a pirate, Marine, or a commoner, everyone knows about this. Under this news, it is a painting with a clear picture and 2 figures. Qin Luo saw the man and smiled indifferently. These 2 people are not others, but Qin Luo and Tao Du. The red clouds and black robes that Qin Luo wore at the time appear on the screen. The momentum is compelling, indifferent and arrogant. Wanted. Advertisement. This is a wanted order issued by the government. Mysterious man, Lu Yun, bounty *** Bailey. Bad deeds. Destroy the world government and subvert the Holy Land Mary Geois. The highest authority of the world government has issued the highest order. The world arrests Lu Yun. Those who provide information will be rewarded 50 won Bailey. Seeing a series of characters, Qin Luo couldn't help but smile indifferently. The world government really had a bloodbath in order to destroy him. And beside Qin Luo, another figure is Peach Rabbit. Since Taotu did not do anything, the bounty is much lower than Qin Luo. Mysterious man, bounties *** Bailey. Bad deeds. I'm an associate of the mysterious man Lu Yun. Those who provide information, reward 200,000 Bailey. Now the whole world is crazy about Lu Yun. What is even more surprising to them is 5 elders, the highest authority in the world government. They didn't even die under the doomsday natural disasters. Everyone couldn't help taking a few breaths. How terrifying was this strength? Can you survive that kind of explosion and shock? For a time, countless pirates fell silent. This invisible deterrence makes them afraid to take risks. A person who is as strong as a flowing cloud and can't be destroyed. I am afraid that the strength has reached an unimaginable level of others. Rushing to overthrow naval headquarters is no different from looking for death. God, we caught celestial dragons and abused the noble celestial dragons in the Fishman Island so much. Will 5 elders come to rescue them? Or destroy the Fishman Island directly? Don't worry, 5 elders is the demon fruit power. If they dare to come, it is no different from sending you to death. Don't worry, when necessary, I will kill 5 elders directly to ensure the safety of the Fishman Island. Qin Luo Hockey replied, directly dispelling King Neptune's doubts. Advertisement. That. Thank God. Neptune nodded and left here. In addition to the explosive news of the destruction of the government and the resurrection of 5 elders, the deep-sea tunnel that Qin Luo dug was also a topic that shocked the world. Countless pirates flocked to the Fishman Island. Now the Fishman Island has reached a level of fullness. The entire island is filled with various fierce quarrels, but all the pirates obediently abide by the rules of the Fishman Island. No one dares to go beyond one step. Because this island is blessed by the Lu Yun God, they dare not presumptuous at all. In addition, the business of beating celestial dragons is also extremely popular. In just a few days, hundreds of pirates practiced by themselves. On the court where celestial dragons were imprisoned, it was miserable. All celestial dragons were completely unrecognizable, bloody and embarrassed, but they still hung a sigh of relief. Whenever they wanted to get rid of by death, they just couldn't die. Not only could they not die, but their minds were inexplicably more sober. This kind of weird thing appeared to all of them. And the news that 5 elders did not die entered the Fishman Island, which slightly impacted Qin Luo's business. However, after someone took the lead, other pirates would forget about it, and then hand over Bailey to the celestial dragons beaten up. The Fishman Island imprisoned celestial dragons, in just 2 days, passed to the world government's highest authority, 5 elders. As for how to deal with it, there is no discussion yet. Get up. Qin Luo walked to Taotu's bed and opened the quilt. This girl has been asleep for 2 days, still not awake. Oh. Taotu stretched her waist and opened her haunted beautiful eyes, just in time to see Qin Luo standing in front of her, smiling but not smiling. What time is it? What time is it? You have slept for 2 days and 2 nights. If I don't call you, I'm afraid you will die. Qin Luo smiled bitterly, and then handed the newspaper to Taotu, who was in a daze. Yes, this is a wanted order from the world government. Congratulations, you have become a big thief with a bounty of 500 million. Chapter 95. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. What? Wanted. A 500 million big pirate. Taotu just woke up, his head still dizzy, thinking that he had heard it wrong. When she saw the newspaper Qin Luo handed to her, Taotu realized that this was not a dream. What is this? Your wanted order. You are now a big pirate. It's amazing. Qin Luo smiled kindly, his eyes playfully. The big pirate. How come? I didn't do anything. Taotu was still stunned. How could she get a reward of 500 million Baileys? Besides, she sleeps in addition to sleeping these days, can she still sleepwalking? Go out and cut down the Tianlongren, and then are wanted by the government to offer a reward of 500 million. After thinking about it for a long time, Taotu didn't understand why he was offered a reward of 500 million. Unable to think of it, Taotu looked at the newspaper. The dense series of fonts above were all in sight. After seeing the 2 portraits, Taotu's face was full of astonishment, her beautiful eyes blinked, and Sakura Dao's small mouth opened into an O shape in surprise. I turned out to be a 500 million big pirate. Taotu couldn't believe it. She knew what the 500 million pirates meant, but a few days ago, she was just a spectator watching Qin Luo destroy the world government and destroy the 527 Holy Land. Unexpectedly, the world government wanted her too. The world is a lesson, she didn't do anything at all at the beginning. Advertisement. Say Wolf. Blame you. I have become a pirate of 500 million Baileys now. Tautu was fierce, and opened his teeth and claws in front of Qin Luo. Fiercely. Qin Luo must be blamed for all this. Why do you blame me? I did destroy the world government, but you also did a good job. Qin Luo's face was flat and he didn't panic at all. Me? What did I do for you? Tautu was puzzled. She stood by and didn't do anything. With you, this big beauty, how could I miss the opportunity to act so vividly? Without you, I would be too lazy to move such a big frame, and I wouldn't work so hard. You can't do anything for all of this. Qin Luo has a playful tone, and Tautu Chao's face has a blush. Bah, say Wolf. Ghosts believe you. Tautu's beautiful eyes squinted, his face flushed with Qin Luo teasing. Peach Rabbit, you have gone from being a cannon fodder from naval headquarters to a big pirate offering a bounty of 500 million Baileys. You have grown so rapidly, don't you thank me. Qin Luo began to rogue. Thank you. I was chased by naval headquarters and I still want to thank you. Idiot, your brain is flooded. Nonsense. Now in the Fishman Island, which is 10,000 meters deep in the sea, did you say that my brain was flooded? How much work took me to bring you down? How much sip of water I drank? Hard work, exhausting bringing you to the Fishman Island. You didn't thank me at all. Oh, I'm so heartbroken. I need care. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Qin Luo changed in a second, his painting style changed suddenly. Puff. When Tautu saw Qin Luo's posture of playing treasures, he suddenly fell forward with a smile. Hey, say Wolf, I usually see you as mean, but I didn't expect it to happen, you were so fierce. You killed the world government directly. Although 5 elders did not die, this is a big loss, but you can't do it too much. Sharp and decisive, Tautu instantly incarnates as Qin Luo's little mistress, surprised. Cough cough, what's so fierce about this? Brother has something stronger, do you want to try it? Qin Luo said. Although Tautu hasn't been deeply involved in the world, she can see Qin Luo's posture of a big wolf, and she immediately understands, and a blush on Chao's face instantly rises, and she scolds. Rogue. Abnormal. You are really shameless. Quote. What kind of face do you want in front of girls, especially in front of beauties? You should be shameless. Qin Luo was still dizzy, with a funny face and red ears. Advertisement. For him, a master pickup girl in the 21st century, it is easy to win the Tautu. Devil, now the government wants your Luyun identity to be 2 billion Baileys, and you caught Zephyr, Sengoku, and others, and offered a reward of 1 billion. Then you are now the big pirate of 3 billion Baileys. Better than Whitebeard and Roger. It's only 3 billion, what's the matter? Qin Luo waved his hand uninterestedly upon hearing this. 3 billion, is it a lot? For Qin Luo, the number of billions in rewards offered by the world government is not worth mentioning in his eyes. This thing is in vain, this bounty comes out, besides shocking people in the world, what else is there? It's just a lot of fame. Now Qin Luo doesn't want fame at all. He wants devil fruit. If someone gives Qin Luo 10 devil fruits to exchange with him, he will transfer this status without hesitation. Of course, it is on the premise that it can be transferred. If no one buys 10 devil fruits, 500 million will do. As far as Qin Luo is concerned, this 3 billion is not as good as giving him a few devil fruits. A mere 3 billion. Tautu stared at her beautiful eyes and said in surprise, do you know what 3 billion means? What does it mean? Isn't it invincible? I am invincible and invincible. I know in my heart that I still need the government to judge. Qin Luo replied flatly. Tautu wanted to refute it, but she opened her mouth and couldn't find the shortcomings in Qin Luo's words. At this moment, suddenly Qin Luo's heart moved, and the talisman in his arms exploded. This talisman was exchanged with the system by Qin Luo spending 10 points. At the beginning, 2 of them were exchanged. If one of them is broken, the other will be broken. 2 days ago, Yufu wanted to worship him as a teacher, and Qin Luo opened it. A condition that was almost impossible to fulfill was given, and he was given a talisman. If you complete the task, let Yufir crush the talisman. Now that the talisman in his hand is broken, that means Yufir crushed the talisman. Advertisement. Did you really find devil fruit in 2 days? Qin Luo muttered, his face puzzled. What's wrong? Tautu couldn't help asking when seeing Qin Luo worrying about it. It's okay. Something is wrong. Do you want to go? Tautu just woke up. Suitable for activities, always lying on the chuang, but people want to waste. Okay. Tautu nodded gently, expressing her agreement. Seeing Tautu nodding, Qin Luo didn't pretend, and sent Tautu directly into the system space, and changed Tautu into clothes, and then exchanged Tautu for a mask for her to wear. After preparing, Xin Luo used the skills of merging all waters. An illusory space appeared in his mind, and Xin Luo was looking for a bright spot. It happened that the location of the talisman was on an island in New World. Is it here? Xin Luo murmured, then changed into a red and black robe, put on a mask, and disappeared. Shuttle through space, and in a flash, Xin Luo appeared thousands of miles away. New World. An island somewhere. Yu Fuer was lying on the ground very embarrassed, his clothes on his body were torn, his face was dripping with blood, and his mouth collapsed. He was breathless at the moment, looking extremely painful. What's happening? Xin Luo appeared, looking at Yu Fuer, who was seriously injured in front of him. Chapter 96. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Yu Fuer lay dying on the island, and as Hungarian lay up and down, blood continued to overflow from his mouth, and he was already seriously injured. Big. Sir. Yu Fuer spoke hard, his eyes flushed. Big. Sir, I found devil fruit. Yu Fuer was very excited, but soon, under his ecstasy, he was directly involved in the wound. The severe pain on his body once again made the corners of his mouth tremble and his expression was hideous. Even so, Yu Fuer was still excited. Xin Luo looked at Yu Fuer's arms. The two densely threaded devil fruits were tightly held by him, and the blood-infected devil fruit into blood red. Taotu opened her mouth in surprise, feeling helpless when she saw it. Where did you get it? Xin Luo asked with a light look. Grabbed it from a pirate ship under the Whitebeard banner. Yu Fu's bloody face was filled with a brilliant smile. Now, only Xin Luo and devil fruit are in his eyes. In 2 days, he completed the task given to him by the god of flowing clouds, and he successfully passed the first level. If you grab devil fruit from Whitebeard's banner, aren't you afraid of being chased and killed by Whitebeard? Xin Luo shook his head, this kid was bolder. Hee. Yu Fu smiled happily after hearing the words. It doesn't matter if you can pass the test of the god of flowing clouds, even if you die, the only pity is that I won't live long. God, you take these 2 devil fruits. It's regarded as honoring you from your disciples who have not yet started. A touch of pain appeared in Yu Fu, the wound on his body was huge, blood continued to gurgle out, and Yu Fu's speech was also extremely difficult. It can be said that Yu Fuer is a dying person. Does it worth? Seeing Yu Fuer in such pain, Xin Luo couldn't help sighing and shaking his head. In order to worship him as a teacher, he would lose his life. I am afraid that only a fool can do it. Advertisement. It's worth it. Yu Fuer smiled and said with a hard smile. Cough cough cough. God of flowing clouds, take this devil fruit, get out of here, I won't survive. Yu Fuershang lay violently ups and downs, breathing more and more difficult. Seeing Yu Fuer's persistence, Xin Luo pondered for a moment, raised his right hand, and took a picture. 2 devil fruits lying in Yu Fuer's arms appeared in Xin Luo's hands. Ding, detect the mysterious energy, whether to collect it. The system prompt sounded, Xin Luo nodded, and said, get it. Ding, the collection is successful. A Paramesha devil fruit. 1000 points. A Logia devil fruit. 1800 points. Ding. The exchange is successful. Immediately, the value of the integral panel jumped again, directly to 7300. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Ding. Host has a chance to summon characters, do you want to summon? Summoning. Xin Luo raised his eyes and looked at Uchiha Madara and other big figures. Without 10,000 Baileys, there is no way to summon good people. No. Ding. Host, in addition to purchasing characters, you can also draw a lottery summoning. You are now 7,300 points, and you can draw a random prize once you spend 5,000 points. Immediately award. What the hell is this? The immediate prize is the same as you last time, and it is drawn right away, but this time, because you spent 5,000 points, the chance of successfully drawing a powerful character is half. What about the other half? Advertisement. Nothing. As that's so, Xin Luo thought, this random lottery is an alternative method. In addition to normal purchases, there are also random draw methods. Those big people can't buy it, so it's a systematic sales method. Similar to gambling, if you win a draw, go to heaven, if you fail to draw, you will lose your money. Is there any character to draw? Don't tell me, it's the kind of scum genin that can be exchanged for 1,000 points. Xin Luo doesn't want to complain anymore. Those who have cheap points are all rubbish to death, in the sea. The world of thieves is completely cannon fodder, not even cannon fodder. Ding. The characters in the 5,000-point lottery are Uchiha Madara, Senju Hashirama, Namikaze Minato, Sarutobi Hiruzen, Jiraiya, Orochimaru, Nagato, Nine Tails, Third Raikage, and more. It's not bad this time, as it is not cannon fodder. Xin Luo nodded, and lost his thoughts. Gamble. If you draw a lottery, you can draw good characters, but there is also a half chance that you won't draw anything, and one step back to before liberation. Draw. After thinking about it, Xin Luo still gritted his teeth. Ding. the drawing is in progress, the drawing is successful. Congratulations. Get 9 tails. 9 tails. Qin Luo couldn't help but stagnate when he heard the words. FK, I got 9 tails, FCK. Make a profit. Qin Luo was ecstatic, and then exchanged 9 tails to the system space, and a mini-shaped 9 tails appeared in front of Qin Luo. The host. Okay. Advertisement. Qin Luo nodded and looked at 9 tails. Although 9 tails is harmless to humans and animals at the moment, it is ferocious, it is simply a crazy beast. You stay here for a while. After speaking, Qin Luo left the system space and returned to the real world in spirit. 0. God, if you accept my devil fruit, it proves that I passed your test and I am dead without regret. Yu Fu laughed silly. I haven't finished my test, just die like this, don't you think it's too cheap for you? Qin Luo was a little bit self-blaming. After all, Yu Fu was seriously injured to pass his test. He wanted to die. Don't die under such circumstances. If this matter has nothing to do with Qin Luo doesn't bother to care about him. I know my body. God, you don't need to comfort me, I'm afraid I'm going to die. Yu Fu murmured with a bitter expression on his face. Dead. Without my permission, who would dare to let you die? I dare to let him die. I not only want him to die. Even you. I want to die too. Dare to snatch the devil fruit under the Whitebeard banner. Really want to die. Just as Qin Luo raised his hand to save this kid, an unruly voice suddenly came out. Hearing this voice, Qin Luo understood that Yu Fu should have been followed, and Qin Luo did not ask who injured Yu Fu. Of course, there is no need to ask now. Damn it, it came. Yu Fu heard the words, his eyes were full of horror, and he conditioned to yell at Qin Luo, God, you go. He is the Phoenix Marco. He is a member of Whitebeard. Whitebeard must be coming soon. Whitebeard. Qin Luo looked at Yu Fu and smiled. Is he good? Chapter 97. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. For Yu Fu's kind reminder, Qin Luo laughed and laughed, whether this product was really frightened, or his mind couldn't turn his head. The dignified flowing clouds, one-handedly destroying the existence of the Holy Land, will be afraid of Whitebeard. Will he flee timidly because of one of Whitebeard's crew? Amount. Hearing Qin Luo's questioning, Yu Fu was stunned. Just now he reminded Lu Yun God, now think about it, it's really King mentally retarded. What kind of character is Lu Yun God? That is the existence of turning hands for the clouds and hands for the rain, even the world government dares to smash it, so what else is it not to dare? Just Whitebeard, would you be afraid? And Yu Fu wants to worship Lu Yun as his teacher, isn't it just because Lu Yun's strength is terrifying? Sorry, I forgot that you are the god of noble existence. After you communicated with each other, he immediately felt relieved. 5 elders are not afraid, will they be afraid of Whitebeard? It's hard to separate Lu Yun and Whitebeard. It's harder to defeat Lu Yun God than to climb to the sky. Qin Luo saw that Yu Fu was about to die, and directly exchanged for an elixir. Here, eat first, to keep you safe. While talking, Qin Luo flicked his right hand, and immediately, a round brown pill appeared in Yu Fu's hand. God, is this? Yu Fu asked with a puzzled face. Advertisement. There is so much nonsense, you can't eat you. Qin Luo frowned slightly, and said with authority. It's not a poison. This Yu Fu is just like talking about tuberculosis. He is dying and forced to talk about it. If it wasn't for Qin Luo to find 2 devil fruits for Qin Luo, he would not bother pay attention to the life and death of this kid. Yes. Seeing Master Lu Yun angry, Yu Fu nodded hurriedly and swallowed the pill. Guru. After swallowing, Yu Fu actually flashed with a crystal clear light, and his body exuded a soft radiance. Those brilliance enveloped his whole body, and the wound was healing quickly at a speed that could be checked by the naked eye. FK. This. Yu Fu's eyes widened in astonishment, unable to believe it. But Taotu was equally surprised. What kind of medicine is this that can pull a dying person back in a flash? Even let his wound heal. Feeling the surging vitality in the body, Yu Fu was overjoyed and exhilarated. Thank God for saving my life. Thank you. Qin Luo heard the words, waved his hand and said, Yu Fu, it was the Phoenix Marco who hurt you. Yeah, I used to have a secret method, I was running fast, but I didn't expect to be overtaken by him and become what I am now. Yu Fu smiled bitterly. If there weren't flowing clouds here, he would die today. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Yu Fu, obediently acquainted, hand over devil fruit, otherwise you will move your head. Suddenly, there was a violent wind in front of Qin Luo, and a violent voice sounded. Then, suddenly there was a sharp scream from the outside world. The sound was shrill and piercing, disturbing the mind, like the cry of a bird. In an instant, the sound spread to the entire island. Taotu has a stern face, staring around. And Yu Fu was also shocked. Advertisement. This is the crew of Whitebeard, Marco the Phoenix. With the extremely rampant sound resounding here, a big bird burning with blue flames hovered under the clear sky, constantly screaming. Phoenix Marco. A touch of fear could not help rising in Yufu's heart. He was almost beaten to death by this kid, and escaped by relying on his housekeeping skills. If it weren't for the help of Luyun God, Yufu would be buried here. Phoenix. Taotu was stunned, staring at the sky in a daze. Flame Bird. A member of the Whitebeard pirate group, the legendary Phoenix Marco. Today is Qin Luo's first meeting. You fewer, give me devil fruit. That's not something you can take. Dare to touch Dad's thing. I will kill you today. In the sky, the voice of a heavy young man came out, and the big blue firebird was uttering words. At this moment, it was murderous and angrily rushed down. Hee, you want to kill him, have I agreed? Qin Luo stood there, his head slightly raised, and smiled. What are you? The Phoenix Marco roared angrily, flapping its wings in the empty needle, its wings spread out, and a dive, like a falling flame meteor, grabbed it towards Qin Luo. I don't know good or bad, even if Whitebeard is in front of me, you may not dare to be as arrogant as you. The bragging has been blown to the sky. Father, you dare to slander, today even you are killed. Young man, the killing intent is so serious, but there is a price to pay. The price. Marco sneered, then spread his fierce claws and tore them towards Qin Luo. 9 tails. Qin Luo didn't talk nonsense at all, and directly brought out the 9 tails in the system space and placed it in front of him. Advertisement. Suddenly, 9 tails rose up against the wind, and directly jumped dozens of times. The cute civet cat, which was originally a small and miniature, has now become a fierce murder weapon. Master. What's your order? 9 tails bared her fangs, her body was full of red light, and her eyes were dazzling. In an instant, the entire island was shining brilliantly. Kill him to death. Qin Luo's eyes were flat and he spoke slowly. Yes. 9 tails nodded, and immediately surrounded by evil scarlet aura. Yu Fuer and Taotu froze in place, their eyes full of horror. What is this? What an evil breath. What the hell is going on? Taotu looked disgusted, and the breath was unspeakably uncomfortable. What? When faced with a sudden change, even Marco, the phoenix, was shocked, but his claws had already come down. If he flinched out, he would become a laughingstock. In the front of his field of vision, an evil aura exuded all over his body, a behemoth that was dozens of times higher than him stood proudly. The evil power of the 9 tails demon fox is spreading crazily to the surroundings, enveloping everything around it. Damn it, what is this? Marco the phoenix looked panicked, he could perceive another kind of terrifying power from the evil aura. The 9 tails demon fox stands tall on the island, and the sea rolls under its feet. It is not demon fruit power, so it is not afraid of the sea. Even 9 tails demon fox can walk on the sea, terrifying. Armed color. The Phoenix Marco's paws were instantly covered with the dark armament hockey, and under rushing, the paws turned towards the 9 tails demon fox. Stupid humans. The 9 tails demon fox looked at the weak flying insects in front of him, slapped it with a slap, condensed the claws of the huge chakra and the armed claws of the Phoenix Marco. In an instant, the Phoenix Marco was drawn and flew upside down. 10 meters away, it took a few rolls to stop slowly. The evil aura in the 9 tails monster fox infested the skin of the Phoenix Marco, and rushed into his body. You are a capable person. You demons. Marco the Phoenix was surprised again and again. Chapter 98. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Ordinary devil fruit does not have this kind of momentum and size. And there is only one kind, that is the zone monster species devil fruit. There are 3 forms, and the third is the giant form. Just now, 9 tails crushed his moves with a slap. This invincible aura must be the devil fruit of the Eudemon species. Hearing Marco's words, Qin Luo smiled lightly. It's not the devil fruit, but it's the original way. Originally. A liar. Marco's eyes flashed and swooped down. Qin Luo chuckles when he hears this. Marco doesn't know it. It's not to blame him. After all, Marco doesn't understand Naruto, let alone that Qin Luo can directly summon beasts in other worlds. Ignorance. Qin Luo smiled lightly and spoke softly. 9 tails, let him taste your moves, casually, kill him, don't show mercy with your hands, this guy will not die. Qin Luo incarnates as the master and told 9 tails. Let 9 tails fight with Marco, the phoenix, to see how powerful this 9 tails is in the pirate world. Those who are summoned will not have the drawbacks of checking the 11 carats shortage at all. This may be a system reward. All the characters in Naruto, as long as they come to the pirate world, they can use chakra almost unlimitedly, and they have extremely strong recovery capabilities. This is very similar to Impure World Reincarnation, the forbidden technique for bugs in Naruto. Since it is the same Eudemon species, let me see, it is my Eudemon species devil fruit. It's yours. The size difference between 9 tails and the phoenix is extremely large. The phoenix is like a jumping clown in front of 9 tails. Ninetales just leaps gently, and the body flashes quickly. It has already jumped to the sky, and then it is like playing a tennis ball. The paw fell. Advertisement. Boom. The phoenix and Ninetales leave at the touch of a moment. Such a huge body, so flexible. Where did it come out? Marco's pupils shrank, completely unexpected. How could such a powerful man have never heard of it in the pirate world? With such strength, he will never be unknown. While Marco was thinking, the huge body of Ninetales flashed to Marco's side again, a claw scratched the void and slammed it down at him. Boy, dare to not concentrate in front of me, but you will be photographed as sludge. Ninetales bared his horrible fangs, and his body kept on red chakra, which was extremely evil. Damn it, what a wicked breath. What kind of fruit power are you? The civet cat fruit will never be as powerful as you. During the battle, Marco kept changing his body shape and quickly escaped. Facing such a huge body of Ninetales, he was completely hanged and beaten. There is no way to fight back. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Facing the thunderous blow of the Ninetales demon fox, the phoenix's wings shook, and it rose rapidly. This Ninetales demon fox has no wings and flies into the void, so it is absolutely impossible to be caught by this Ninetales. Hey, although you are powerful, you still can't catch me in front of the flying phoenix. The phoenix Marco flew leisurely in the air, smiling contemptuously. Boy, if you think so simple, I'm afraid you will suffer. Ninetales' evil eyes stared at the phoenix Marco, and then the Ninetales behind him moved frantically, the earth screamed, and countless sands were blown up. Yufu was shocked, and he had already quickly avoided behind a huge boulder. Peach Rabbit couldn't resist, but he directly resisted the evil aura of Ninetales and didn't injure Peach Rabbit. But seeing Ninetales' such thrilling aura makes Tautu's pretty face pale. As this ancient times, there really are demon foxes. Advertisement. Boy, try my moves, don't think I can't do anything with you when I fly into the air. Ninetales smiled contemptuously, and the tail spun wildly. Then, 3 big scarlet tails full of evil aura quickly rushed into the sky and surrounded Marco, the phoenix. Damn it, can you do this? The phoenix's face changed wildly, and he flew back quickly. The moves and energy of this Ninetales were extremely strange, which caused the phoenix to suffer a dark loss. Now the phoenix is planning to discover the drawbacks of the Ninetales monster fox, and then make a fatal blow. Armed. Feeling the evil tail catching up, the phoenix turned around, punched his arm-covered arm, directly knocked a tail crooked, and rushed to one side. Can dodge the attack of Ninetales. The next moment, Marco turned directly in the air and escaped again. Because the 4 are incredibly evil, their tails like Lion Majesty pounced straight up. If they were tied up, he would definitely die. Damn it, what the hell is this? Marco ran away frantically, his brain swiftly moving towards the solution. Marco is in the air, extremely flexible, jumping up and down, flying left and right, sometimes up, sometimes down, with a ghostly figure, avoiding the encircling net of Ninetales every time. No way. You can't just get beaten. The phoenix quickly adjusted its state, and his gaze condensed. The phoenix's lower body turned into a human form, and Marco swooped down, rushing towards Ninetales at full speed, and his hardened, armed feet kicked directly into the eyes of the Ninetales monster. Ants. Ninetales snorted, a tail flashed out quickly, and the tail covered with chakra energy quickly grew larger, directly blocking Ninetales. Boom. In a kick, Marco poured out with all his strength. Advertisement. Fast speed, worthy of being a member of Whitebeard's 433, rich experience. Shin Luo laughed and looked at all this plainly. Is Marco strong? Strong, but he is doomed to fail today because he is against the Ninetales demon fox. 1 foot resisted, Ninetales smiled evilly, and the tail swept away. In an instant, it seemed as if a giant stick swept across the sky and the earth. Boom. Marco was careless and was swept by one tail, knocking down the sky. Boom. The phoenix lay on the desert island, directly crushing the surrounding boulders, and thick cracks spread out. At this moment, Ninetales seized the opportunity and jumped up directly, and patted it with a paw in the shocked eyes of Yufir and Tautu. At the moment, I saw the blue flame in the deep pit flourishing, and inside the deep pit, a blue bird screamed, soaring into the sky. Damn it, the tail is so troublesome. It has such a strong defense. Marco stood in the void, staring solemnly at the Ninetales demon fox below, his Hun's mouth was faintly aching. This thing is very strong and outrageously strong. Even with his astonishing move, he was able to resist, and used a thunderous counterattack, and one tail shot him down. How fast would it be to react? As the resurrected Qingyan, Shin Luo muttered softly while looking at the color of the flame. Chapter 99. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Shin Luo looked at the sky with deep eyes. Ninetales is very strong. Ninetales, get rid of him. Shin Luo looked at the phoenix like a clown jumping beam, and directly ordered. Yes, master. After speaking, an evil black spot appeared in front of Nine Tails. Suddenly, countless black spots in dense surrounding were quickly gathered by Nine Tails, and the evil aura skyrocketed. Then, in front of Nine Tails, the black spots condensed into a sphere. Tailed cannon. Seeing this, Marco's face changed wildly, and he was shocked. What a terrifying power, what is this thing? If you are hit by this thing, you will have to peel off if you die. Marco had lingering fears, and after realizing the power of this trick, he immediately chose to dodge. Headshot. Fools can do it. Marco is worthy of being the captain of Whitebeard's men. He moved quickly, dodged from left to right, and started a guerrilla warfare. The sky is his domain, and at this moment, he is making full use of his advantages. I saw Marco dodges his movements astonishingly. Then the scope of the tail beast cannon's explosion was extremely wide, and there was a bang, the earth trembled, and a huge red flame rose in the sky, and its power spread rapidly. Advertisement. A huge roar resounded throughout the world, and the power of the tail beast cannon was like a landslide, sweeping towards the Phoenix Marco with an unstoppable momentum. In an instant, the violent energy spread out in all directions, and the top of the mountain in the distance was directly flattened by this tyrannical energy. Above the sky, the flame roared, engulfing the Phoenix Marco. The power spread rapidly, and it was not worth twice as fast as Marco's flying speed. He can't escape at all. Can't avoid it. Damn it. The Phoenix Marco's expression changed in shock. In an instant, he was engulfed by the evil red aura. In an instant, he kindly felt this evil and violent aura quickly invaded his skin, destroyed towards the body. The violent explosion covered everything in the sky, and the aftermath vented out in all directions, sweeping everything. Euphur was stunned at the huge destructive power, and said in shock, the captain of the Whitebeard banner. Marco, the undead bird, was actually crushed and beaten. Is this, what kind of monster is this? And this monster actually listens to God. Command. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Tautu also looked astonished. Ever since she met Qin Luo, she has been shocked every day. What a terrifying destructive power. Is Marco the Phoenix dead? Under the Phoenix Marco, I am like a little chicken, let him slaughter, but in front of the adult's younger brother, I can only be crushed and beaten. Nine Tails, good job, just blow it away. Qin Luo has completely become the shopkeeper of Nine Tails. Standing on the head of Nine Tails, he only needs to give orders. This also allows Qin Luo to estimate the true strength of Nine Tails. Yes, master. Nine Tails nodded, grinning evilly with her fangs. Advertisement. The well-behaved appearance is completely different from that evil face. Above the sky, Marco's figure has completely disappeared, the scarlet aura disappeared, and in the void, only a ray of cyan flame was constantly burning. Isn't it dead? Its zone demon fruit power, it almost has immortal life. Qin Luo narrowed his eyes and stared carefully. After Qin Luo's words fell, a ray of cyan flame that was about to extinguish suddenly rose with the storm. In an instant, the cyan flame rose to the sky, swelling to a height of 7 or 8 meters, instantly extinguishing the evil atmosphere around. Rush away. Immediately, in the eyes of the three of them, a gorgeous phoenix rushed out of the green flame again, with a cry resounding through the world. Qing Yan condensed and turned into Marco again. Nine Tails Demon Fox, it's useless, no matter how strong your attack is, I can be resurrected, because this is my ability. The Phoenix Marco has come back from the dead and made a comeback again, and there is some confidence in the whole person's heart. Marco is not Logia, but surpasses Logia. There are not many people who have the technique of resurrecting this kind of bug. Qin Luo raised his eyes and said with interest, you have already died just now. You are eating Zone Devil fruit. You don't have the properties of Logia fluid. How does it feel to die? Would you like to try it again? Huh, what about one death? No matter how strong your attack is, I can be resurrected. Marco said with a stern expression and disdain. Qin Luo has learned about the Zone Phantom Beast species Devil fruit. This kind of fruit is extremely rare and even scarcer than Logia. Sengoku in Naval Headquarters ate the Zone Phantom Beast species human fruit. The fruits that Qin Luo knows are all outrageous. Advertisement. The Phoenix Marco in front of him ate the Phoenix fruit and possessed almost unlimited resurrection ability. Marco, infinite resurrection ability. Do you think I am a 3-year-old child? Even if your ability is terrifying, if I kill you 100 times, 1,000 times, you can still resurrect. Ha ha. The Phoenix Marco snorted. He flew in the air, with his wings flapping, staring at Qin Luo who was standing on top of the Nine Tails Demon Fox's head from a distance, and said contemptuously, what do you think you are? The stronger, the more terrifying the consumption of his moves, do you think, how many more times can you use this move? How many times do you use it? Then let you witness it with your own eyes, how many times you can use it. Qin Luo smiled indifferently, and was not angry at the words of the Phoenix Marco. Since this kid is dissatisfied, he will fight him. He trembled at the beating. As soon as the voice fell, Marco swooped down and took the first shot. The whole body was covered by flames, and from a distance, it looked like a meteor falling towards Qin Luo. Want to fight melee? At a glance, Qin Luo guessed the idea of the Phoenix Marco, and then Qin Luo smiled lightly and said, "Nine Tails, he is smashed to death, he is skeptical of life." The Phoenix Marco is very smart. He guessed that Nine Tails could not perform a large number of moves just now. If it is in the Naruto world, Nine Tails really does not have such a perverted uninterrupted bombardment, but now it has been repaired by the system and Nine Tails has recovered its ability. But it is so strong that it is abnormal. As soon as the words fell, Nine Tails nodded slightly. Under the confident gaze of the Phoenix Marco, countless dense black light spots quickly condensed, and an extremely evil force emerged in front of Nine Tails. Tailed Beast with Cannon. Chapter 100. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The violent energy is shaking the earth, the wind and the clouds are changing, and the sea is roaring. The sudden amount of violence engulfed the entire island. The evil scarlet aura constantly overflowed from the Nine Tails demon fox. The evil chakra was gathered in front of him, and black spheres containing terrifying energy emerged. Tailed Beast with Cannon. The densely packed spheres rushed towards Marco. Facing the sudden change like this, Marco's face was so gloomy, he flapped his wings and flew up. Damn it! What kind of monster is this? Such powerful moves can be performed continuously. Monster. 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 The Phoenix was extremely aggrieved. His dignified Whitebeard captain, who offered hundreds of millions in rewards, was beaten by such a strange thing. There is a kind of unspeakable aggrieved. Bang. 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 The tail beast cannons containing explosive energy swiftly advanced, rushing directly to the Phoenix Marco. Marco felt that the crisis was approaching, he directly turned around, and evaded dangerously, but before Marco stopped, another beast came shelling. Damn, it's endless. The Phoenix was chased by the tail beast cannon in the air extremely embarrassed, and evaded hastily. Countless road tail beast cannons passed by him, causing waves of fluctuations. Advertisement. In the air at 750, the Phoenix Marco could only escape, but in this way, he fell completely downwind and was regarded as a living target by others. Nine Tails, keep banging on him. Qin Luo's face was flat, standing on top of Nine Tails, slowly admiring the embarrassed and miserable figure of the Phoenix Marco. Boom, boom, boom. In a moment, countless tail beast cannons exploded, and the sound was shaking, the earth screamed, and the sky turned into scarlet in an instant, and the entire sky seemed to be covered by a curtain, covering the sky. The flames are overwhelming. The huge explosion sound is infinitely powerful, the shock wave spread to the surroundings, countless terrifying energies directly shot into the body of the Phoenix Marco, and immediately, he was swallowed mercilessly by the flames. Marco, the Phoenix, perishes again. Before letting go, amidst the overwhelming fireworks, there was another crisp call, the green flames contrasted sharply with the scarlet flames around, and the Phoenix Marco fled out in a panic, his face a little pale. What? Was he killed again? Qin Luo shifted his gaze slightly and couldn't help but smile when he saw the undead Marco end in embarrassment. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. What kind of monster is this Nine Tails demon fox? Why does it listen to your orders? It has such strength. It can stand firm in New World. The Phoenix Marco was shocked. At first he disapproved and despised the Nine Tails demon fox, but the more he came into contact with the Nine Tails demon fox, the more he discovered that this thing was completely a monster. What's more terrifying is that this monster is still listening to the man in front of him. And Nine Tails monster fox such a terrifying evildoer, even willingly. Is it? Qin Luo raised his eyelids, glanced at the Nine Tails demon fox, and said with a smile, "It is my pet, called Xiaoju. One can fit together and become the old 10. Advertisement. 9. Can you fit together?" The Phoenix Marco was extremely surprised, and his whole outlook on life had undergone earth-shaking changes. Damn. If someone tells him that he has 10 pets, all of them are extremely vicious, Marco the Phoenix would definitely call him mentally retarded. But when Qin Luo said such things, he couldn't believe it, because he kindly felt the ferocity of the Nine Tails monster fox. Simply destroy him twice. Damn it, completely crushed and beaten. Yes. Qin Luo nodded slightly, and said, "If you want to know them, I can introduce them to you. Once you arrive at Nine Tails, the most distinguishable feature is their tails, 1 for 1 tail and 2 for 2 tails. Master, stop talking, let me blast him a few shots, I feel the chakra in my body is endless, so enjoyable, I really want to release it." Quote. Qin Luo was talking vigorously. This sentence from Nine Tails made Qin Luo faceless. Damn, did you let you talk? Qin Luo slapped Nine Tails' head and knocked out a bag for him. Wow. Nine Tails hugged his head aggrievedly and cried out in pain. Master, I was wrong. The Phoenix Marco, who witnessed the whole journey, was Lei Jiaolinen. Damn, Not only did I meet the strong today, but I also ran into funny. However, this man dared to fight the Nine-Tails Demon Fox, and the Nine-Tails Demon Fox did not dare to resist. Why on earth? Advertisement. If you fight hard, you will definitely fail miserably, but if you provoke the discord and turn the Nine-Tails Demon Fox back and join the Whitebeard banner, Dad will definitely reward him. His mind turned sharply, and the Phoenix Marco flew into the void, standing in the distance facing Nine-Tails and said, Nine-Tails Demon Fox, your master is too miserable for you, you have the strength of a super strong, join us Whitebeard Pirate Group, if you join, you must be a member of the Whitebeard Pirate Group. You don't have to suffer from this bird's air at all. And I, too, will be your good brother. In the future, we will work together and have such strength. Sadness. FK. Shin Luo scolded directly after hearing this. Paralysis, this is digging the foot of the wall, right? Or dig the foot of the wall in front of the Lord. Damn, do you want to be so bloody? Seeing Nine-Tails Demon Fox not speaking, Phoenix Marco thought that Nine-Tails Demon Fox had a heart attack, so he began to confuse. Nine-Tails Demon Fox, get rid of it, you will be the overlord of the sea, what you want to eat and what you want to play and play. What do you want to do? Joining our Whitebeard Pirate Group is a relief for you. It is also a rebirth. There is no need to be destroyed or beaten. Beat. Shin Luo's eyes widened and paralyzed. When did he beat Nine-Tails? It's like an iron fist of love to die, okay. Seeing Nine-Tails Demon Fox stop, Marco was overjoyed and hurriedly said, Daddy is a very good person. He said that he doesn't treat his brothers. You can be the father's son with your strength. Daddy is good for his son. To the extreme. We are all proud of being father's son. Above the sea, there are thousands of pirates who are vying to be father's son. The Phoenix Marco followed his way. Son. For the Nine-Tails Demon Fox who passed through Naruto world, there was only one person who could be his father. Idiot. What is Whitebeard? I don't have any shoes for me. People who can be my dad, except the old man of Lu Dao, are my current masters. You make me turn back in front of my master, are you playing with me? Nine-Tails sneered, his words full of threats. Damn it, it didn't work. The Phoenix Marco was shocked and flew into the sky quickly, because there were already no less than dozens of tail beast cannons condensed again in front of him. Stupid humans, let you taste the power of your grandpa Nine-Tails today, dare to dig people in front of the master, and I will take care of you for the master.